So again, just want to welcome everybody. Oh, I just got the thumbs up. We are good to go. Both team captains have given the green light, and we will be starting the game literally within a matter of seconds. So just as a reminder, this is our GGL Championship game. This is a winner-take-all event between Easy as Pie and 4 Guys 1 Ball. 4 Guys 1 Ball won Game 1, 5-4. Easy as Pie rallied in Game 3 and won it 6-3. So this Game 3 is the tiebreaker. Whoever wins this match tonight will be the very first Halo 4 Grifball champions. So we are underway, and here we go. We will be using the AGLA streaming court, so it's not the one with the Wraith where it's kind of in theater mode. It will be in the back corner there, but we'll still try to get you the best view that we can. All right, we are underway. Opening tip-off. Sket gets there first. I do believe that Rage More Nerd called that. So we have Easy as Pie in red and 4 Guys 1 Ball in blue. Looks like Sket is Sket is tanking, and we have
Godless.
Godless is running. He's on the far side there. 4 Guys 1 Ball being a little disorganized there, but I think they've kind of found their feet and they've driven Easy as Pie directly out. So 4 Guys 1 Ball have 3 tanks forward, pressing in, forcing Godless into kind of a bit of a spot here. Godless tries to get away and is forced to drop back behind his tanks. Shadow gets an important kill there. He passes the ball, though, ends up with a turnover. 4 Guys 1 Ball are able to get it. Crusader grabs it and passes it back to his teammate, who's still under a lot of pressure. Gets away, puts it up again, right back across the court to the other side into the hooves of True Flying Cow. Major Silva now on lead tank duty, trades and gets taken out. Sket, Filthy Phonics, or Godless, and Shadow advancing, but Jedi Hunter doing very well to drive them back, as well as True Flying Cow. 4 Guys 1 Ball doing a very good job of protecting their runner and maintaining possession even though they were under some very high pressure from Easy as Pie. I can only imagine the nerves that might be going on right now. I'm nervous just even watching. This is, this is it. This is go big or go home. This is the final countdown, the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. And 4 Guys 1 Ball are definitely taking advantage of it. There they go. They push right across the pad, and first goal goes to 4 Guys 1 Ball on just a straight tanking maneuver. They just pushed Easy as Pie over. It did not matter that Sket has host. It did not matter that Sket got the ball first. They just a mistake on Easy as Pie's part for passing into an area where 4 Guys 1 Ball were able to snag it and drop it back. So here we go into round 2. Ball's open, or ball's still there on the plant. Looks like Easy as Pie is going to be able to grab it again for the second time. Gets passed all the way back into their spawn. Shadow at 16 is running, or passes it back to, let's see here, who is that? Godless, who seems to be the chosen runner.
A.K.A. Filthy Phonics.
Who seems to be the chosen runner for Easy as Pie. Dropping back now. Holding steady at about the halfway mark. 4 Guys 1 Ball doing a very good job. Aggressive stiff arm by Godless. He sees the goal, gets bounced back. Crucial stop by 4 Guys 1 Ball because Godless was definitely on a bit of a tear there. But great defensive stand for 4 Guys 1 Ball. Again, forces them out to about the halfway line.
I have to say that even though Sket has host in this game, 4 Guys 1 Ball are tanking very impressively at the start. It doesn't seem like that they're playing with the other team having host. They are connecting very well. They are tanking very well.
I think host is one of those things that it's the easiest thing to ascribe something to. I think connection is the issue, not necessarily who has host. It's how people connect to it. So definitely try to keep them off the court if we can, but right now it doesn't seem to be phasing 4 Guys 1 Ball too much. Godless gets too aggressive, gets popped up. Very lucky for him, he's able to pass it back and his teammates, and he's able to actually retain the ball. Godless now, still on this halfway court here. 4 Guys 1 Ball trying to clear Shadow out of their spawn, who's doing some awesome work there. Oh, runner missed the plant, but had the opportunity to circle around and come back, and we've 1-1. I do not think we were expecting this kind of a quick 2 goals this quickly. Of course, round 3 tends to be the one where everything comes to a grinding halt. So we will see if that holds true for this match. So here we go, round 3. Opening tip-off.
Smash enemy, score goal.
Looks like Sket got there first. He's running along the midcourt there, trying. Jedi Hunter was right on him, got the kill. Ball just kind of goes careening wildly out of control. All 4 of Easiest Pie members surround it, and they're able to pick it up and hold on to it. But there's some high pressure by 4 guys, 1 ball, forcing the runner all the way back. He's going to have to cross his plan. True Flying Cow chasing him down, but he's held off by Sket. They've got a nice triangle formation around their runner, forming a solid line, but their line gets split. And now there's True Flying Cow. They're going to have to pass across their pad. But 4 guys, 1 ball are kind of the founders of that, and they are not easily tricked out. They still have Easiest Pie pinned in this back corner area. Runners hovering around mid-court or center there, trying to find the lane out of his own end. He passes it to Filthy Phonics, also known as Godless, who is doing some dancing behind Shadow and Silva. Silva gets taken out, and True Flying Cow gets the lunge, but Godless gets the stiff arm. Major Silva now back center, and I believe that's Shadow. Yep, Sket comes in trying to save the day. He manages to take out 4 guys, 1 ball, who was trying to do a cross-court maneuver there. But True Flying Cow, once again, just not giving Godless any kind of break. He's always in his face, sword out, ready to take him down at a moment's notice. Godless stuck in this near corner, shifting out to the far side there, trying to get him behind Silva and Shadow on that far wall. 4 guys, 1 ball spread out. They're definitely doing very well holding this Easiest Pie team back, especially considering how in the last 2 games, Easiest Pie definitely out-tanked 4 guys, 1 ball. 4 guys, 1 ball looking very formidable here. Jedi Hunter takes out the runner. Ball gets framed almost straight up, right in front of the goal there. True Flying Cow gets it and has the presence of mind to pass it back as Sket assassinates him from behind. Shadow and Sket, no, not just Sket. Now no one. 4 guys, 1 ball with 4 guys, 1 ball with the ball. Holding at that far corner, Lightsaber and Jedi Hunter up top, doing what he does best. True Flying Cow holding that defensive line. Runner is forced all the way back into his spawn. 3 tanks forward, 2 tanks forward, 1 tank forward for Easiest Pie. Godless now trying to do some tanking work, trading the ball for a hammer. But 4 guys, 1 ball still in possession. Sket threatening. Lightsaber takes him out, defends his runner. Runner crosses his plant. He's hovering a little bit close to it there, but decides to swing out a little bit further. He's got behind 2 of his tanks. Now it's a 2-on-1 scenario. He runs and he puts it up far side and is able to get it to his teammate. Godless now with pressure right on the spawn. The ball's right there. But 4 guys, 1 ball are able to maintain possession and hold on to that.
Gee, mirror image, right? I mean, we just saw this 2 minutes ago. Easiest Pie backed up against their own wall with a quick turnover. True Flying Cow was able to recover. And here's 4 guys, 1 ball in the same scenario, pushed back on their half of the court.
Yep. I mean, it's no one's above it. You see, even at this level of play. So 4 guys, 1 ball still has possession, having a nice narrow escape there. And really pinned back. Again, that's like the 2nd or 3rd time he's run across his plant under pressure. 4 guys, 1 ball coming out strong, but now they seem to be struggling a little bit. Excellent double stiff arm by, who is that, Cow? Oh, Crusader. Of course it's Crusader. Nice clutch stiff arms there. Definitely bailed his team out of a hard spot. Now Crusader still held in his back corner there, his far corner. And really these 2 teams mirroring, like Cal said, mirroring themselves almost to a scary degree when they switch off from offense to defense. Sket tries to sneak around behind, but 4 guys, 1 ball is not falling for it. We've got Silva there with high pressure. Godless is dancing with Jedi Hunter in the center, takes him out. Silva now on a bit of a tear, looking quite the beast. Shadow's pressure from above. Silva's still in the plant, finally gets taken out. True Flying Cow now doing some defensive work for his runner. We have 3 tanks forward, 2 tanks forward, Lightsaber and Jedi Hunter now. Now it's just True Flying Cow at the front. Runner's there. They've got all 4 on him. What's he going to do? He's going to pass it back to his teammates wisely right there in the center. And Lightsaber is able to pass it back off to Crusader. 4 guys, 1 ball still with possession. Remember, 4 guys, 1 ball is in blue. And Easiest Pie is in red. Definitely another dangerous situation here. This is a little bit different than what we saw from 4 guys, 1 ball last game. They were much more liberal with the pass when it came to anywhere near their bomb plant, but it seems that they've chosen to take a I don't know if you'd call it riskier, because they both definitely have their risks, but they've been more willing to cross their pad under pressure than they have in their previous 2 games.
It was interesting. A couple minutes ago, we saw Crusader backed up into a corner, and he had 2 easy as pie people bearing down on him. I thought for sure he was going to toss it across the pad and toss the true flying cow, but instead he opted go for the double kill stiff arm to maintain possession. He pulled it off, so good for him, but that was a surprising play for 4 guys, 1 ball.
Absolutely. It hasn't been their play style all season, and definitely not in these last 2 games. So they definitely seem to have a strategy, a new strategy that they are utilizing this time around. It's hard to say that there's a momentum. You know, they won game 1, but Easy as Pie won game 2. So I think both these teams are on kind of an even momentum swing right now, and it's not like there's a home court advantage. Although if you want to say Sket having host is home court advantage. But there's no, what would be, 5th man, I guess? Mm-hmm. Which I think would be cool if you could have cheering crowds and you could drown out your enemies' microphones. That'd be pretty cool. Halo 5, Waypoint, hit us up. So tanking right now, he sees, oh no, but again, drops back. Probably a very good decision there. There's no way he would have made that. And I don't want to say no way, because Crusader is pretty beastly there. But Godless chases Crusader all the way across the court to the far side. Crusader now pushing up. He's got True Flying Cow holding the center, battling against Silva. Godless takes out True Flying Cow, but Lightsaber gets him in the end. Jedi Hunter now takes out Shadow, and we've got 2 tanks forward before guys 1 ball with the runner. They seem to be holding a line. They're trying to get their 3rd tank up and into the action. Godless now on the runner, forcing him back, but a good kill there by Lightsaber to give his runner some room. Shadow, tracking to the center, gets taken out. Sket and Godless holding center now. Godless creating a bit of a lane there towards the runner, but opts to turn back and take out the tank. They trade. Runner still there, still crosses center. And I'm also seeing in Easy as Pie that they are definitely respecting the pass more from 4 guys 1 ball. They're not sending all 3 or 4 of their tanks forward when they have the runner trapped. They are spreading out more. So maybe that's why 4 guys 1 ball is not passing quite as much as they usually do, because Easy as Pie has been able to counter that. Danger here for the runner. Sket found him on the plant, but was able to clear him out. Silva now in the spawn area, and Shadow as well. Silva's still on the spawn. 4 guys 1 ball finally are able to trade and get him out.
That was a smart move by Silva there, that Shadow was tracking down the runner. So Silva, knowing that the runner was going to pass, backed up and covered the plant instead. So Crusader had to hang out there for a little while longer.
Yeah, Easy as Pie doing a very good job of taking away that possession pass that 4 guys 1 ball have really used to their advantage and utilized in Halo 4. So now on this fireball, and as predicted, round 3 is a little bit longer than the others. Runner forced back again. All tanks for Easy as Pie at the halfway point, pressing forward. Runner again holding it halfway as well. Godless now, and joined by Silva's got 2 tanks right there. Gets a nice kill on top of the runner there. Again, great defense by 4 guys 1 ball, creating time and space for their runner. Sket now chasing down the runner, but backs out. Just some very smart Grifball here by both teams. You see a lot of dancing. There's a lot of trading because, that scared me. Runs, jumps, passes to his teammate on the far side there, and then actually gets passed back to him. So Crusader's able to maintain possession. So a little bit of some pinpoint passing there for 4 guys 1 ball. Easy as Pie. Still threatening. They've got 2 tanks over the halfway mark. There's that Lightsaber. No, True Flying Cow on leave point gets taken out by Silva. Silva chases the runner back past half court. And runner now, Crusader, is one-on-one with Godless, but is able to drop back, and his tank is able to take care of it.
Last time we saw several cases where Easy as Pie would overcommit chasing down the runner, where all 4 tanks on Easy as Pie would be on 4 guys 1 ball side of the court, and Crusader would be able to run around them and go in for the score. I'm just wondering if there's a little 6-letter secret weapon 4 guys 1 ball might be having in their back pocket to pull out when Easy as Pie gets overcommitted.
I just really don't see that being an option for 4 guys 1 ball. They value possession too much to do something as unpredictable and untested as
a launch.
That, yeah, well, I was going to call it a 6-letter word if we were going to Macbeth that thing up. So But, I mean, again, props to Easy as Pie. They've done a great job with their spacing. They're very aware of shutting down that pass for 4 guys, 1 ball. They definitely, even though it was a week ago, they definitely remember how Game 1 went and the goals from Game 2, how they happened. So they have definitely changed their playing style to accommodate the 4 guys, 1 ball style. And that's a sign of a really, really good team, is one who's not one that just has a style, but one who has a style that is flexible to adjust to what the other team is presenting with. So now, again, a nice tear there. I do believe that was Silva who got at least I think that was a triple. And they've got Crusader pinned all the way in the back. He's got 1 tank protecting him, but he's got Easy as Pie in front and in back. Godless stands in between him and the goal. His tank comes to his rescue, but now it's still 2v1. Who is that doing?
That's True Flying Cow.
True Flying Cow saved the day. Nice stiff arm there by Crusader. Thought about going to the ball and just unlucky respawns for him. Everybody spawned on your side. But he's not backing up. He keeps threatening. His tanks are right there. They're sticking with him. They just can't catch up. So great threatening move there by Crusader. Instead of dropping back, being more conservative, he stayed up in that pocket and had a couple real good looks at goal. Nothing quite panned out. But, you keep putting shots on the bar, one of them's going to go into the net.
Yeah, there was an instance there where Crusader had the ball far on the left side. True Flying Cow was walking very slowly, trying to sneak in on the opposite side to get in place for a pass, but Godless was able to pick him up and take him out.
Mm-hmm. So you can definitely see the strategy at work here. And I know a lot of people who play just in matchmaking or aren't or haven't had a lot of experience with the leagues. Grifball is just something where you run in and you spam your trigger, and this is a perfect example of the kind of strategy that goes in. Looks like we've on a bit of a tear here. Are we going to see a goal?
No!
Oh,
Sneaks it in.
He got it. Oh my gosh! I didn't think he got it. I thought he got stopped. Well,
that took muscle.
That took ball sacks. I mean, that was cojones right there by Crusader. Really kind of shedding that more conservative. Holy crap, lightsabers at 1320.
Yeah, Jedi Hunters at 1410. Those two were the top 2 tanks so far.
Yeah. Just fantastic work by both of these teams so far. Ball's completely up for grabs. It gets Franklin to the back corner of Easy as Pie. So Filthy Phonics, also known as Godless, again, basically the designated runner for this game so far for Easy as Pie.
You know what I would say? You know what's really interesting?
What's really interesting?
Godless, in the first 2 games, was an absolute beast with the ball. How many stiff arms? 20 plus stiff arms, I would say, in those games, or more. Godless is not afraid about punching a dozen people in the face. So Godless can punch, Godless can stiff arm, but Crusader doesn't have to.
I don't know if Godless has to. I think that's a choice that he makes. He's just a more aggressive styled runner. And I mean, if you can get the stiff arms, why not?
Yeah.
And it's not that Crusader can't get the stiff arms. I just think they value the certain possession over making that possession not as certain.
Mm-hmm. 4 guys, 1 ball truly embraces if they don't have the ball, they can't score.
Yes. So we still have Easy as Pie being corralled and maintained in their backcourt here. Runner trying to make his way, becomes very aggressive, stabs a tank in the back, and they have a nice push forward here. They're going to need their tanks to do some work, and so far they're definitely all 3 of Easy as Pie are forward. Godless sees the goal. He's kind of out on his own there, maybe looking to see if Sket can give him some help, some run-in time, but Sylvan is in the back now trying to save his runner, but True Flying Cow forces the turnover. And once again, 4 guys, 1 ball are able to create opportunities, either from the other team being overcommitted, singling out the runner, being very, very patient. But 1 stiff arm there, runs away from Sket wisely. Crusader is just streaking down the goal. He's really got 1 to beat, but he's also got a teammate running onto the plant who's there, and he's right there. He's on the plant, and he puts it up, and they don't quite connect. They don't quite connect right there. But you could definitely see what they were trying to accomplish, where the runner just peeled around all the tanks, got a nice run, had 1 to beat, the others respawned there, and held up, and you saw his tank on the line, on the run, and tried to hold up. It just didn't work out for him. Unlucky for 4 guys, 1 ball. Fortunate for Easy as Pie. So right now, Easy as Pie is with possession. I do believe that is Godless. No, it's not Godless. It is Major Silva who is running. A little bit of a change here for them. Silva on this near side, and behind Sket and Shadow. Very classic trio there. The three amigos, as it were. Godless gets taken out, and Four Guys One Ball are able to push Easy as Pie back. Runner on the far side, really kind of striking out on his own, either trying to make his own path or at least draw the defensive tanks to one side or the other, trying to create a lane for his own tanks to come in and fold him over.
I'm not sure about having Silva run. I mean, I'm sure Silva is a great runner. He's more than capable of commanding the field and hanging on to the ball, but Silva's an even better tank. Silva may be the best tank in the league. I mean, he went plus 100 and something in game 1 last week, and I think with him with the ball, it's taking a very needed tank off the field.
So you think Silva's a better tank than Godless?
Yes, I think Silva's a better tank, and I think Godless is a better runner. I know he just turned over the ball being very aggressive down the court, but when you fall off the horse...
You make it into glue?
I thought I was going to say Swedish meatballs.
Ew. I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll kind of see. You know, maybe they are going to try and launch, and they would feel more comfortable with Silva doing that kind of thing. I don't know, but I definitely think that Silva's a stronger tank than he is a runner. And, I mean, that's no disrespect in any kind of way. I mean,
no, it's just a compliment.
When you're an amazing tank, you know, it's really hard to be as amazing a runner. So it looks like they're passing the ball around a little bit anymore, and they gave it back to Silva. So it does seem like they've made that kind of tactical change there, and we'll see how it works out. So Silva now on that far side. He's got Sket with him and Godless in the center. Four Guys One Ball doing well to clear them out. Holding at about half court there. Four Guys One Ball keeping them very much maintained. They've got a nice flat back four going on where they don't really feel overcommitted too much. And I would prefer a diamond formation rather than a flat back four, but that's just my personal preference. So
Scat on a roll.
Oh, you can take out Shadow. Crusader to the last line of defense. And Crusader chases Silva all the way across the court. Ends up in a trade. Shadow now with lead tanking responsibilities. And again, this is another kind of tactic here. Instead of pushing forward by himself, he basically just holds the line right there at halfway court so that his teammates can catch up and they can make a unified push to the front together, as opposed to just throwing individual bodies at Four Guys One Ball's line. So very good work there by them. Although Four Guys One Ball are being quite effective at the moment with their hammers, and got a double kill there by Crusader, who has the runner trapped. But Silva gets a very clutch stiff arm there and is able to transition back out. He's about mid-court, or about the plant line there. And he's got Godless and Sket in front of him. Shadow coming in from the side to take out Crusader. True Flying Cow trades. Godless doing work, dancing against Lightsaber. Lightsaber takes out Shadow and tries to go in for an angle on the runner, but gets taken out. Silva still with the ball, going down the right side. We have 3 tanks at the center court, so Silva might try to make a run here. Crusader drops back, his last line of defense pops him up, and fantastic job by Four Guys One Ball. Crusader again, delaying just enough to give his teammates time to catch up. That was dangerous there for Four Guys One Ball.
And a real compliment to Silva, too, for making the least bad play there. I would not have patience enough to throw the ball back when I'm within arm's length of the pad. But Silva knew he wasn't going to score and he was going to die. So instead of the turnover there, he was able to kick it back to his teammate. So bravo to Silva. That was a nice play.
Yeah. I think that's one of the toughest things is, I can make it. I mean, you have to have confidence in yourself, but there's a difference between confidence and stupidity.
Yes.
It's a very fine line.
Yes.
So, all right, Godless now back with the ball. I guess Silva tried his thing and decided not to do it, and instantly there is a turnover. It looks like Crusader is going to go and track that down for Four Guys One Ball. So, Crusader with the ball now, transitioning to this near side, holding it about center. He is trying to allow his tanks some time to spawn and clear him a bit of a spot. Sket after him. Sket gets taken out from behind. Are we taking a knee? It looks like we might be taking a knee here due to some kind of connection issue. Not quite sure what's going on, but give us just a moment and we're going to check in with the teams. So just kidding on that. Thought I had time for a drink. I guess I don't. So we are back on the court here. It looked like it might have been maybe somebody's controller died. I think that's probably what happened with that kind of timing. So again, 4 guys, 1 ball in blue, and they are in possession right now. Crusader, he's got 2 tanks forward, trying to clear him a path. Who is that? That's Lightsaber up top, last remaining tank. And Jedi Hunter comes into the fray, and now True Flying Cow on the center there. Runner is holding still on this near side, allowing Jedi Hunter and Lightsaber to do their job, but Godless pushes right through that defensive line and gets Crusader in that corner. Crusader comes out and gets the stiff arm. Again, being much more aggressive. For Crusader, it's aggressive. For Godless, it's like playing in the sandbox. So, but good on Crusader for changing up his style to be more effective for his team. And I think that's maybe something they learned in their last game, is that when there's 3 tanks against 4 tanks, as happens when you have the bomb, it's really tough. You're not going to go positive, and the tanking game becomes much harder. But if you get your runner involved, and they not necessarily become a 4th tank, but they become at least an aggressive presence, just like that right there, you can definitely have a more effective tanking lineup.
That kill right there, they killed Godless, because Godless was drawn in to go for the runner, and then Lightsaber was able to finish him off. That's the exact same thing as the runner stiff-arming him in the first place.
Yep.
Just being able to draw him out of position for the kill.
I think one of the things about being a runner is that you have to be comfortable with being bait.
Yes. And you also have to have faith that your tanks will come in on clutch and kill that person who's trailing you.
Yeah, so it takes a lot of faith and trust and guts to be a runner, and a shade of suicidality.
That's why there's no individual that's great at Grifball, but we can have teams that are great at Grifball.
Exactly, and that's why 1v1s don't mean anything, although they are funny to challenge people when they beat you at Judy Halo. 1v1 you at Grifball. So 4 guys, 1 ball still in possession. Crusader running. Godless in there, and there as well as Silva. Sket coming up as well. 4 guys, 1 ball, able to push them back. Holding it about there. Moving up now to half court. Has a nice run, lots of space on that far side. But Easy as Pie shuts him down pretty quickly. Runner is forced all the way back. Gets hung up on his teammate and he gets assassinated on the pad. But somehow clutch defensive tanks are clutched, and oh wow. Wow.
Yeah, Crusader owes Lightsaber a drink. Lightsaber just saved the point and perhaps the game.
Well, whoever was that the runner got hung up on, that person is going to have to say some Hail Marys, because that was insanely close. So, kicks the ball out. Far side there, Lightsaber with a clutch double.
Lightsaber clutch again.
Clutch double there. Again, even though he doesn't get the ball, he still allows time and space for his teammates to do so. So some really great teamwork, especially that little betrayal right there. Just a love tap. Sket now hot on the trail of Lightsaber. Silva gets taken out, but Sket is still there. Shadow swoops in, but Lightsaber is able to take him out, again protecting his runner. And Godless actually trying to sneak in on the backside of the runner here. But again, great defensive work by 4 guys, 1 ball. Crusader switching to the far side now. Doing a lot of dancing. He's got happy feet. Runs away from Godless. Trusting that his drop back tank will take care of it. Now he's in a 1-on-1 with Major Silva. Not a position that I would envy at all. But Crusader is able to get away, and again, lures him right into his tanking line, which is a fantastic way for a runner to use himself as bait to attract the enemy tanks. Lead them into a trap! It's a trap! So Crusader now, strafing onto this near side behind Jedi Hunter. 4 guys will all having a little bit of trouble now getting out of their own end, but of course as soon as I say that, they prove me wrong. Coming to this near side, holding it about half court here. Crusader's still with the ball, and his tank's doing a fantastic job of just cleaning out a very difficult offensive to repel by 4 guys, 1 ball. Lightsaber doing some amazing work here. Jedi Hunter is always clutch. True Flying Cow is incredibly consistent. So a really good lineup here, but it looks... Oh, he crosses the pad! Let's get right behind him. It looks like they're in a bit of trouble here. Shadow's right behind the runner, who's just hauling ass. He gets cut off, so he passes it back to a completely open 3 teammates right there. Nice and clear. Gets the ball back. No harm, no foul. Open room here on the right. But he has to hold up to allow his tanks to catch up with him. Godless goes for a bit of a self-launch there. Gets taken out midair. And we've got Easy as Pie really shutting down the runner. See how they're kind of keeping space on him so that he can't pass. And that is a big change for Easy as Pie compared to what we saw last time.
Yeah, Silva was hanging out on the pad. He was hanging out on the opposite side of the runner, so Crusader didn't have a choice but to throw it the corner.
He's on the run! And he's forced to drop back. He's in the corner. Again, you can see the tanks almost hesitant to go after him because they don't want to commit and have him just pitch it over their heads. They're definitely trying to stop Four Guys One Ball from using that offensive or possession pass. So we are still in round 3. Turnover right there.
Took it away.
Godless defied a Crusader stiff arm there, and they are high and tight in this corner here. All three, we got 2 tanks forward for Easy as Pie. Four Guys One Ball desperately trying to shove them back. Sket last man standing. Godless decides to drop back a little bit further to safety. All Four Guys One Ball pressing out the plant. Good kill there by Lightsaber. Jedi Hunter as well. True Flying Cow bounces Godless all the way back. Godless passes it off to Shadow, it looks like. And it looks like Shadow's going to go for a bit of a run. I remember him being a pretty decent runner in Halo 3. Gets the stiff arm, gets popped by the tank. Whiff!
Oh!
Stab in the back, ball's free right there on the plant. Oh, but Four Guys One Ball are able to get it. So it seems like maybe Easy as Pie keeps kind of switching up the runner, looking for some kind of tanking combination that's going to change things up. That's going to change the pace, because we've been stuck at this 3rd round and a lot of back and forth for at least 15 minutes, I would say. What? 4th round. I'm sorry, 4th round. We all know I can't count. So we have runner in trouble, runs forward, and kind of does a fake out. He runs forward, but he passes backwards. And True Flying Cow now with the ball passes it off to Crusader. And Crusader, behind his tanks, has got a nice formation in front of him. Sket gets through. And clutch defensive play there by Lightsaber, I think it was. Major Silva was lunging at the runner, and Lightsaber just shut him down. Definitely took down the threat level, if not saved a goal there. Crusader still at the ball, transitioning to this near side. Right by the announcer's box here. Holding steady. He's got True Flying Cow trying to wait up, but Shadow is like, I don't have time for that. But a nice double there by Jedi Hunter. And again, Jedi Hunter is just, and Lightsaber have really been doing work. Not that True Flying Cow hasn't, or that Crusader hasn't, but those two have just been a deadly combination on the tanking front. So a nice stiff arm there by Crusader. Sket now pressing forward. Four Guys One Ball, trying to make something happen. All 4 of the Easy as Pie guys are on their half of the court, and Crusader definitely sees that.
Just airing it out.
Yep, he's just running, gets the stiff arm, he's going to go for it! Oh, but he passes it back to Jedi Hunter, it hit off Jedi Hunter's boot. True Flying Cow gets there, but doesn't have time to pass it off. Ball's free! Oh my gosh. And it looks like Shadow 16 is ultimately able to come away with it.
That was almost a disaster for Easy as Pie.
Yeah.
They didn't engage Crusader because they assumed he was going to throw it, but Crusader didn't throw it instead and was able to fake him out and make it to the plant.
So close. And even when he was hovering on the plant, he even had the presence of mind to drop it straight down to Lightsaber, who just, I don't know if it bounced funny, if he didn't see it coming, or he didn't have his X button taped down like Crusader does. But, oh, that was, again, almost disaster for Easy as Pie, and almost epic amounts of awesome for Four Guys One Ball. Shadow still with the ball for Easy as Pie. He's doing some dancing maneuvers here, trying to stretch out the court a little bit. Happy feet, always moving. Never want to be a standing still target as a runner. We have 2 tanks, so we have True Flying Cow and Lightsaber on the offense here. True Flying Cow gets taken out at the end. Runner, however, is still forced all the way in his back 6 here. But he's got 3 tanks in front of him, so they're kind of holding steady at the moment. 4 guys just throwing everything they've got forward, but Easy as Pie is able to press up to the halfway line. Runner on this near side here drops very far back and switches to the center more or less, and then goes out to this far side. He's staying pretty conservative behind his tanks, not really going for any action, not really trying to draw anybody anywhere. Sket is, there we go, now he's moving. Glad to see that always. He has some threat here by Jedi Hunter, gets taken out by Godless. Lightsaber goes for Silva, doesn't quite get him. Crusader now tracking down a Shadow. The Shadow gets a nice stiff arm there. And Easy as Pie is back on the forward momentum. We still have them at about half court. Silva in the center here, Godless on the near side. Shadow is still tanking, and we have Sket coming up. Now Sket center. Holding that line there again, just not trying to advance, just trying to hold that line so his tanks can catch up and they can move forward with a full offensive of 3 and not just a 1v4 situation. So again, Sket just continuing to do a lot of happy footwork there. But Lightsaber now zoomed in on the runner. Runner had to make a narrow escape there across his pad and drop in behind his teammates on this near side. Shadow still with the ball. He's behind Sket. He's got all 3 of his tanks moving forward. 4 guys, 1 ball, doing well to repel them. Even Silva gets a nice little gets double teamed there in a Silva sandwich. Crusader on this near side here takes out Sket and is trying to get an angle on the runner. Runner is really kind of in a bit of a bind here. All 4 guys, 1 ball are committed forward though, so if the runner is able to find his way around, that could that could spell disaster for 4 guys, 1 ball. However, enough of them have died that they've kind of reset. The Easy as Pie is halfway court, trying to move forward. They've got all 3 tanks forward. 4 guys, 1 ball really are on their heels here, and it takes out Silva by Jedi Hunter. Fantastic there, just killed the entire offensive, even though Godless takes him out at the halfway court. Well done by Jedi Hunter to drive the runner from being an imminent threat to something less dangerous on the other side of the court.
I feel like Easy as Pie is just holding onto the ball until their tanks can get a nice streak of kills together. It's almost like a bulldozer moving down the court when they can get those tanks moving on the same pace.
Yeah, when they can get in a groove. Oh, we have some threat here, but nice stiff arm there by Shadow. Yeah, when they get all 3 going in a groove, you can't stop them. Unfortunately, they can't hit on all cylinders all the time. So they're really trying to, use teamwork and work together to move up the court. It is hard work fighting against 4 guys, 1 ball, and it is hard work fighting against Easy as Pie. Nothing about this is easy at all, even though it is Pie Day.
Yes.
This is difficult as pie. So on the far side, the runner, he is behind Godless and Sket. Godless gets a nice kill there. Flanking 4 guy, 1 ball, he's got a line on the runner, but a little bit of a trade there. Silva cleans up. Godless still at the lead, trying to create some kind of lane for his runner. Runner, again, gets hammered in the face. Ball's free, but Easy as Pie is able to regain it, and they're on that far side still. I guess they tried their luck near side, now they're going to try their luck far side, see if that changes their fortunes any. Shadow's still running, so everybody so far has run. I don't think Sket has run yet this game, not for any lengthy period of time. Crusader launches himself forward, and he's challenging Godless, but Silva takes him out. True flying count out, tries to get a hot dive on the runner. Gets taken out midair. 4 guys, 1 ball, having a nice defensive stand here at the mid-court. Lunge by Lightsaber on the runner. Runner gets a stiff arm. And even if he didn't, he had 2 tanks there ready to play janitor and clean up for him. Another threat, Crusader here gets taken out by Sket. Sket holding front line there. Silva and Godless stretching out to the far side, trying to give their runner some room to maneuver and get out from that corner. Alright, we've got far side now. Jedi Hunter. Oh, nice stiff arm there again by Shadow. Shadow doing a very good job of not being too aggressive with the ball. He's able to maintain possession, but he's also not, giving it up or passing it too much, which I think is what they're more comfortable with, more comfortable style. Another clutch stiff arm there. It's a 2v1 situation. Hawk dive. Nope, he gets it out. He gets stabbed in the back, but is able to pass it in time. It's in this near corner, and Easy as Pie will have it. I can't quite make out who is running at the moment, but he gets stabbed, puts the ball up. There's just bodies flying. Can't really see what's happening, except there are bodies everywhere. Sket comes away with it now and passes it back to Shadow. So a nice attack there by 4 guys, 1 ball. At least I would assume so. So Easy as Pie now threatening. They're at the halfway line. They've got someone on the plant. Silva's there on the plant. Not sure if the runner sees him, but he is under some pressure there. 4 guys, 1 ball are able to clear him out immediately. Ball's free, forced to turnover by 4 guys, 1 ball, but it's easily going to be picked up by Easy as Pie. Shadow again with the ball. It seems that I guess it's his turn to rack up the time of possession minutes. Godless doing some really good job there. Gets a nice double to protect his runner. True Flying Cow comes in, takes out Silva, but they trade. Halfway mark. We've got Sket and Godless halfway. Silva is the last one standing, holding at a center court. Shadow, strafing back and forth, trying to stay behind Sket and his tanks. Crosses center. Nope, decides to come back near side here. Now they've got 3 tanks forward, and you should see a push forward here if they can. But Godless goes ahead and takes out, I believe that was True Flying Cow, maybe? Can't quite tell. But again, they've got all 3 up, and they're moving as a nice little formation there. Not quite a flying V, but not too bad either. We've got Godless up top, Sket holding center, Major Silva coming and cleaning up that lateral attack. Crusader holding all 3 of them at bay. Pops the runner up, takes his shields down. If nothing else, he delays the chance of the runner getting in. Sket gets a nice kill there, but eventually gets pushed out. Crusader at the center. Now Silva. Lightsaber doing some nice tanking work against Sket, takes him out. Definitely has his eyes set on the runner. Silva is the only one between the runner and all of 4 guys, 1 ball. He runs, jumps, pitches it to Silva on that far side there, who has just respawned, and they're able to clear out. Nice double there by, I believe that was Lightsaber. And still with possession, Easy as Pie is on that far side, holding up a little bit, trying to get all 3 of their tanks forward before they make a push in. 2 members of 4 guys, 1 ball on that far side confronting them. They've got Sket and Silva forward. And we've got a knee taken. I only see 4 guys, 1 ball. We are missing a guy or missing a ball. Looks like Lightsaber is stuck in black screen. So it looks like we have all 4, and we're just going to start right there. And so, as always, when you play these kinds of games, especially in league matches, if you notice that somebody isn't spawning or the other team takes a knee, it's good sportsmanship to stop and pause the game. Sometimes they'll let the ball reset. Sometimes they'll go back to their own sides there. But in a game like this, where it can take 20 minutes to get to the halfway point, good on both teams for just kind of stopping immediately and restarting where they needed to. Now Shadow on a bit of a run here. He runs, jumps, and passes the ball back. It was almost like a threat there, like, I'm going to do it, I'm going to jump, and then actually passes the ball back. So who we have running now? Is it back to Shadow? Yeah, Shadow again with the ball. Lightsaber tanking in, gets taken out by Major Silva. Pressing forward now, still on that kind of favoring that far side a little bit. Nice kill by Godless, opening up a bit of a lane there, but still, Shadow couldn't quite make it. A nice defensive stand there by 4 guys, 1 ball. 4 guys, 1 ball now, holding steady at the halfway court, doing their best to corral the runner to one side and then neutralize his tanks. Right on his back there, he goes for the wall hop, gets away, but had a member of 4 guys, 1 ball right on his tail. Good stop by his own tank to save his butt. Shadow still running, holding off on this center court here. And, epic lunge! And then cat-like reflexes by Major Silva to stop what I thought was certainly going to be a goal. So fantastic lunge there, and amazing defense by Easy as Pie to stop that. Cal, were you able to see who got that lunge?
Mm-hmm.
No, I couldn't either. That's how fast it was. So Shadow again with the ball. Even after that near miss there. Holding on to this near corner. Silva, True Flying Cow is on a bit of a streak there. Has to back out as the rest of the tanks respawn. But they are not really giving Easy as Pie an inch. Or a slice, or whatever you want to call it. I was trying to think of
a radii.
A radii, thank you. I was trying to think of some kind of mathy pun. And again, Easy as Pie out on that far side, rallying his tanks to his aid there, dropping way back, and they're trying to form up, trying to push past that halfway point, but it seems to be a problem, a little bit of a struggle for them. 4 guys, 1 ball keeps sneaking through. Looks like Major Silva just got an assassination on Lightsaber. Oh, not Crusader. It was Crusader. I'm sorry. Another assassination for Major Silva. And 4 guys says, that's enough of that. Stop that. Easy as Pie still with possession on this backside here, holding on their half of the court. We are finally getting to cross the halfway point here, and never mind, we're just going to drop on back. Lightsaber leading the way for 4 guys, 1 ball. Jedi Hunter is his wingman there, as it were, taking out Sket. Turns around to go after Silva, but Silva takes care of Jedi Hunter.
Remember the first 2 rounds?
No, they were too long ago.
Yeah, remember how quick they were?
No, I don't. I think I've blacked it out. We've been going for about 45 minutes, I believe. Just about that. So I guess if you chose the over-under, if you chose under, you chose poorly. So, Lightsaber now coming in on the runner. Runner gets away with a nice tank there, assist from his tank there. Holding on this near side. Crusader tries to take out Major Silva. Silva takes him back. A nice attack here by 4 guys, 1 ball, really containing Easy as Pie. Nice bit of work there by Jedi Hunter. Unfortunately, the runner's going to be able, for them, the runner's going to be able to escape to that far side and get away. Now we've got a bit of a forward momentum here for Easy as Pie, but it's not going to take long for 4 guys, 1 ball to push them back. At this point, I think the teams know each other's range and personality so much that it's really kind of a stalemate. It's going to come down to mental acuity and who's going to make the most mistakes. Who's going to have a pass that's not pinpoint accurate. I mean, there's been 2 or 3 times where if Easy as Pie had not had an insane amount of defense, that 4 guys, 1 ball would have been able to capitalize on that. Most notably, that last kill right on the bomb plant. But it looks like we have a nice push here by Easy as Pie. Oh! Godless
by Crusader.
Crusader saved the day again. I guess that's why his name is Crusader, right? They save stuff. But Sket now trying to take out Crusader. Crusader denies him, pushes the runner all the way out until he meets up with Silva. Shadow, S16, still with the ball for Easy as Pie on the far side. He's got 3 tanks lined up the way he likes them, but True Flying Cow just splits the middle there, chases him all the way out to this near corner here, and Easy as Pie is going to have to reset.
See, the thing is, last week Crusader didn't have anyone to play for. This week there's a new Pope.
A new Pope?
Yeah. So Crusader is... No.
No, I don't know, Cal. What is Crusader doing with the new Pope?
Like Crusader, like Holy Crusader for the Catholic Church.
So you think
invading.
You think he's more aggressive now in honor of the new Pope?
I think it would make sense why he keeps going after Godless.
That was actually funny, dear. Good for you. So, we're still going. We're about 45 minutes in, and this is round 4. I think
Yes.
we're still in round 4. Easy as Pie pressing forward here. Holding it about mid-court. Lightsaber's trying to cut off the retreat angle for the runner. And again, you keep trying to split that defense, and it works for them sometimes, and just didn't work for them that time. And again, they keep taking out that center tank, opening up a gap between the other 2 tanks and the runner himself.
I mean, I don't want to backseat Grifball here. But
Of course you do.
from the point of view up here, I wonder if it might be a mistake from Easy as Pie not to give the ball to Godless. Because their tanks are doing a decent enough job to be able to get them 3/4 of the way there. And I just wonder if having Godless punch everybody in the face might be enough to get them to the plant.
Well, I guess we'll see. Again, Sket's the only one who doesn't have any significant running time. So it seems like they keep trying to change things up and trying to find something that's going to work against 4 guys, 1 ball.
Then again, look on the flip side that Easy as Pie has maintained possession.
They have. A lot fewer turnovers in this round since Shadow started running. But Easy as Pie still has possession on that far side. Sket and Godless defending. Lightsaber trying to find his way in there, doing the best he can, but runner's going to come a little more center and then go back out to the far side. He's got all 3 tanks lined up, but again, they split the center, get a bit of a launch off of Silva, and sneaks in behind, but Silva doesn't give up on him, tracks his man all the way down and to the grave. Runner on the near side, doing a lot of back and forth, goes in, gets a stiff arm, nicely done by Shadow. Sket and Godless forward, and Silva's coming in on that center. Almost could have just gone to the goal there. but Silva doing his best. It's really kind of a 1v4 situation. Epic lunge and fantastic stiff arm by Shadow. That was... wow. That was amazing on both ends. Like... So Shadow's still in possession. Not quite sure how he got that stiff arm. That was pretty clutch. But Sket now gets a nice trade, protects his runner. Shadow still running for easiest pie. He's on the far side there. 4 guys, 1 ball, pressing them back, keeping them in this back corner. And they've really kind of cut off the runner from the rest of his team. They get the kill, but not before the runner is able to put it up. Pull a 4 guys, 1 ball on 4 guys, 1 ball, and their easiest pie is able to maintain possession. Shadow is running for easiest pie at about the midway court. He's got Silva up top. Godless is spawn camping, and we have a goal! We have a goal! It is 2-2. We are all tied up going into round 5. This is a 9-round game, so it's first to 5 points wins. So we still have a bit of a ways to go. Alright, round 5, opening tip-off.
Smash enemy, score.
Runs and jumps and the ball rolls away. The ball is still there. Still just sitting there. Finally scooped up by Shadow. They are instantly pushing into the 4 guys, 1 ball side of the court. Silva doing some nice tanking there. Runner sees it, gets bounced off a little bit by a hammer. Silva's taken out. Not a whole lot for the runner to do other than run away. He's forced to drop back. He escapes with his life, which is pretty fortunate considering how close that was. 4 guys, 1 ball on the attack, not wanting to get stuck in another, back and forth kind of round like they had last time. Shifting sides here, runner sees a lane and decides he likes it. Gets about half court and drops back a little bit. Crusader on a path for the runner now, forcing him to this near corner. Sket and Silva doing defensive work. Runner right beneath the announcer's box here. There are 2 4 guys, 1 balls just zipping in and around him. I do not know how he survived that. He just slid off their knife like butter. Maybe that's why he's orange. Or yellow. He's a very buttery color. Shadow still with possession. Goes on that far side. Trying to get trying to move forward while 4 guys, 1 ball are a little bit overcommitted. But gets actually thrown back. 4 guys, 1 ball. Got a hammer on him, but wasn't enough to take him down. Just gave him a bit of a boost back to his plant. 4 guys, 1 ball. Really kind of holding them right here in this pattern of just containing them in their own defensive end. Easy's Pie trying to break out of that, trying to push forward. They've got 2 tanks, Godless and Sket, on this near side, doing some nice work, moving forward very methodically. 4 guys, 1 ball, though, not impressed. Decides to reject their application to the plant and goes after the runner who is forced to cross his goal to that far side. Hopefully pass the ball to himself, just in case. Silva doing some nice tank work on the far side, really trying to create a lane for his runner. Silva gets across the halfway point. Not quite sure what he's planning to do, but 2 4 guys, 1 ball are in this defensive end, and looks like they were able to take care of Silva as he made a streak back there. Shadow is the runner for easiest pie. He's in a bit of trouble now because Crusader is all up in his business. He manages to kick the ball out to the far side. He passes it to himself and is able to kind of get out of the spawn while 4 guys, 1 ball are tearing it up. We've got 1 member right there. Nope. Shadow gets the stiff arm. Anytime I see a runner running at me, I don't like it. I figured he knows something that I don't know. And Shadow knows that he's a pretty good stiff arm. So, sometimes you gotta rely on your runners, or sometimes you have to rely on your tanks, and sometimes, you gotta do it yourself. So 4 guys, 1 ball, holding at the halfway court, halfway point. Runner shifting back and forth. Trying to get in behind here. He's got 3 tanks defending him and 4 tanks out there against him. Looks like we've got another one-on-one situation, and another stiff arm by Shadow. Easiest Pie kind of collecting on that far side there, trying to form a tanking lineup. A little look at the scores there. Jedi Hunter with over 4,000 points, leading the way. Silva leading the way for Easiest Pie. Looks like we had a bit of a turnover here when Cal put that screen up. And it looks like 4 guys, 1 ball were able to force a turnover, and they now have possession. Trying to see who's got the ball for them. Crusader, of course, I should have known. Nice defensive work there by True Flying Cow and friends. True Flying Cow is dancing with Shadow right now. But Gauss is going to come in and add some extra pressure. Lightsaber cleans up both, though, and Jedi Hunter takes out the third. Runner is going to make his way quite a way down the court here. Definitely using himself as bait, trying to press forward, act as a tank. Very good job. I think that's Jedi Hunter. No, that's True Flying Cow. I'm so sorry. True Flying Cow going beast mode. I think that's a kill tack there. Crusader passes it back, but it's kind of up for grabs. Very good job by Lightsaber, but taking out the tank first before trying to pick up the ball and just being a sitting duck. Close call there for 4 guys, 1 ball. Almost a turnover, and all because the pass wasn't perfect. So I think the longer we go, the more kinds of slip-ups and mistakes we're going to see, and it's going to be whichever team can capitalize on those.
Yeah, it's interesting that there's kind of a switch in the game that early on, Godless was running Easy as Pie was very, very aggressive. That he was down the court right with his tanks, being a tank with the ball, more or less. But now, Easy as Pie is being much more conservative, and 4 guys, 1 ball isn't afraid to air it out, send Crusader down the field to try to expand the court.
Yeah. So we got a 1-on-1 here with Sket and the runner. Crusader gets the kill there. 4 guys, 1 ball is pushing forward, and it got to about the halfway point before they were driven back. Lightsaber, and I believe that's True Flying Cow doing some nice job up there at the top, working very well together. True Flying Cow doing his best to create a hole for his runner. Lightsaber gets a nice double. He's going for the triple against Silva. Doesn't work out for him, but he's still alive, still fighting. True, and they're all gone. So now Runner's going to drop back and allow his tanks to respawn and do a little more dancing. Wait for his tanks to kind of reassemble and try that push again, because it was looking up. I think they were really only 1 or 2 swings away. We've got a nice offensive push here. Jedi Hunter doing well, but Sket takes him out, and Crusader's forced to drop back to avoid Sket. Now, Crusader's, again, he's got 1 tank, and people are on top of him, and he chucks it to the center. Dangerously close to Shadow.
Oh!
Epic betrayal there by Lightsaber. Took care of Shadow, but he also took care of his own teammate and was not able to maintain possession. So possession goes back to Easy as Pie, except for Crusader, who's right there with his fists and his sword, and
on a killing spree.
Another turnover right there in Easy as Pie's own spawn. So we've got, all of a sudden, after that 4th round, the action seems to have picked up a little bit, and the teams are getting either more tired or more aggressive, or probably a little bit of both. Because we are approaching the hour mark. We'll see. I don't know if we'll be breaking any records tonight, but if so, I think the Hubcast will have to wait till a later date. Because, yeah, I think we were naive to think that this would be an hour, Cal.
Well, the game 2 is 45 minutes. But then again, that was after an hour and 38-minute game.
Yeah. So Crusader has to kick the ball back to his plant under a little bit of pressure there, and gives it to True Flying Cow. True Flying Cow gives it back. 4 guys, 1 ball, showing the meaning of sharing.
Yeah, Crusader didn't even die there. He didn't have to throw it back, but better be safe than sorry.
Yep, absolutely. That's kind of the motto of 4 guys, 1 ball. A little less so in this game. They've definitely been more aggressive, and it's been nice to see that from them, to see a little bit of pep in their step, a little bit of va-va-va-boom.
No, it almost cost Easy as Pie a goal once, too, when Crusader they expected him to pass the ball, but instead he hung on to it, and Easy as Pie forgot to finish him off. He almost scored.
I mean, I think that's one of the great things that Easy as Pie has, is even when they make a mistake, there's just so much experience on that team that they can recover from mistakes. And not that 4 guys, 1 ball isn't experienced, because they have plenty of that under their belts. But, when you've got 2 fantastic teams, that ability to adapt and just instantly respond. I mean, like when they got the assassination on Easy as Pie's plant, and it was literally, Silva had about 0.3 seconds to realize, turn, and swing, and he did. Sket now, all over Crusader. Crusader passes it back to Lightsaber. Lightsaber has it, passes it back to Crusader. Lightsaber doing just a fantastic job of tanking him and Jedi Hunter. And Cal has not necessarily the most kills, but he tends to have the clutchest kills. Typically on the plant as well. Very cool under pressure, that Bovine is. Major Silva trying to make his presence felt down the court, eventually taken out there after a nice spree. Shadow, Sket, and Silva all forward. Shifting to the far side now. 4 guys, 1 ball, with Crusader in the ball jockey position, as I like to call it. Still in that back corner. He's got 1 tank in front of him, and the other's trying to kind of pinch around from the flank and from behind. And he's able to move forward, but nice trade there by his tank. You could see he wanted it. You could see he thought about it. Unfortunately, the ball, that was a bit of an interesting pass there, but he got it off, and they were able to retain possession, so...
That's a terrible feeling when you're the runner. You see one guy to beat from the plant, and you go run up to punch him, and then instantly his 2 teammates spawn behind them.
You slam on the brakes.
Yeah, instead of 1 guy to beat, you have 3 guys to beat. Now you know it's time to bail.
Yeah. Well, they still have possession, and we're still in the 5th round, and we're tied up 2-2. Easy as pie, and 4 guys, 1 ball. We have crossed the hour mark. And we're not quite halfway. So 4 guys, 1 ball with possession. Crusader running. Sket right on his back. Crusader's going to have to turn around. Gets 1 stiff arm. Lightsaber was right behind just in case. And True Flying Cow and Lightsaber go ahead and take out Shadow, who was threatening. Now True Flying Cow and Lightsaber protecting. Now it's just no one. Runner's by himself. Crusader jumps, throws it back. Easy decision there. Not a lot of pressure. Passes it to True Flying Cow, who immediately chucks it back to Crusader. Basically, I don't want to touch that. I can't blame him. Jedi Hunter coming center. And Crusader going out wide. Godless there, forcing a lot of pressure on the plant. Sket and now the rest of the team crashing down. And it's really up to that 1 tank who's still alive to try and protect his runner. Takes out Silva. Shadow's still there, but Jedi Hunter gets him as Crusader just kind of puts the brakes on right at his plant and has the ability to come back near side here. And Shadow kind of splits the defense, and now Godless and Shadow are tracking down Crusader, who's able to jump across the pad with little pressure and swing over to this near side. Silva takes out 1 tank, but Lightsaber takes out Silva, and a trade with Sket, and they both go down. Shadow threatening, but Crusader also threatening, right back at him, not willing to be hunted down. He transitions to the far left side where he's got 2 tanks. And 4 guys, 1 ball kind of stuck back here for a little bit until nice clearance there by, what was that, True Flying Cow again. Not the most kills, but he tends to have the most important kills. Or, every kill's important. Crusader kicks the ball back again, very close to his plant and to an oncoming red. But they're able to manage, and they swing to this near side. Get about halfway before they meet up with Shadow. True Flying Cow takes out Shadow, but can't take out Silva. Looks like Lightsaber and Jedi Hunter doing work here in the center. Trying to make sure that their runner doesn't have to drop all the way back and get stuck in a corner, hoping to try and keep him at about the halfway point. Runner on the far side now. Shifting back to near side. A lot of dancing, a lot of, who's going to blink first. True Flying Cow tries to take out Sket. Sket, nope. And Crusader passes it back to True Flying Cow, who passes it back to Crusader, who Godless is right on the plant there and is doing some work. Took out True Flying Cow. It's definitely causing a very stressful situation here for 4 guys, 1 ball. They're really stuck in this one corner. Godless did a great job of cutting off that escape route. 4 guys, 1 ball are able to overcome, though. And just as I say that, there's a nice push here by Easy as Pie, trying to pin Crusader in the back here. Sket and Shadow working well the tag team. Shadow gets a lunge on Crusader, but Crusader gets a clutch stiff arm there. And Silva and Godless now are pressuring. A lot of just dancing here with Jedi Hunter. Crusader dancing back and forth. He's going up against Shadow. He's going to slip out of the stiff arm and skitters away from Sket and gets a stiff arm on... Oh, does not get the stiff arm against Silva. Godless gets it, but it gets slammed by True Flying Cow. The ball is kind of just bouncing around anywhere. And 4 guys, 1 ball are able to recover. Sket threatening, but gets taken out by Lightsaber, and 4 guys, 1 ball are able to reset. They pitch the ball to the far side there, and they all kind of rally around it. So runner crossing here, goes back to that far side, avoiding Sket. Two Flying Cow getting some nice kills there. Lightsaber there is back up as well, working very well in tandem. Crusader staying nice and close to his tanks, looking for any kind of avenue. Nice kill by Jedi Hunter there. Trades with Silva. Godless now, trying to track down Crusader, gets a nice kill. Crusader's forced to retreat all the way to his plants.
Boy, I cannot remember the last time 4 Guys 1 Ball was able to get out of their half of the court, make a decent push into Easy as Pie's half. Easy as Pie is doing a great job keeping them pinned back into their own back wall.
Crusader has the ball. He's in a bit of trouble. He runs away, gets away, passes the ball, and it's going to be scooped up by Lightsaber, who instantly passes it back to Crusader. And they try to reset here. They're kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place. They got Godless and Sket and only one defender. And they've got, it looks like Shadow sitting there right in the center. Ball's right on the plant. Super dangerous. Silva's there too, threatening. And 4 Guys 1 Ball, very, very lucky they're able to clear.
Godless was 2 steps away from picking up the ball and scoring Elvat turnover. Jedi Hunter had a really great clutch kill, bonking Godless in the back and stopping him before he was able to score.
And we've got a bit of a run here by Crusader, who's all the way in the danger zone, and then does what we expect, is that he passes it back there to midcourt, which is okay. And again, one of these days, and they've already done it once, where Easy as Pie is going to, think the Crusader's going to pass, and he's going to fake him out, and it might lead to a goal. Crusader back in possession. He's got 3 tanks chasing him down. Actually, 2 peeled off to deal with the runner, and so now he's went for the stiff arm against Shadow and didn't quite get it this time. But just a great example of how it was a 3v1 situation, and they're so confident that he's going to pass it back that 2 of them peel off to deal with tanks instead of actually chase down the runner. It's a very fine line there between having too many tanks on a runner and covering the field. Do you play zone, or do you play man-to-man? But Easy as Pie on a bit of a tear here. Major Silva in the spawn, Sket and Godless there. Shadow being chased out by Jedi Hunter, though. Fantastic job by Jedi Hunter. Totally bounced him out and is chasing him around the court like a madman. Godless is still in there, just beating the crap out of the defense. Finally, the defense is able to clear and get a little bit of breathing room. Takes Major Silva out and forces the runner back onto his half of the court. Whew. What a game. Oh my gosh. I think this is pretty much what we expected. We're the hour and 10-minute mark. So Shadow right now with the ball, dropping in behind his 3 tanks. Holding on this near side, trying to skip in around 4 Guys 1 Ball. They're not having it though. They drive him back and hold it in holding position here. Silva gets taken out. Sket and Godless are still there. Looks like Godless might have got a betrayal against Sket. Runner's right beneath the announcer box. Holding back there, drops back. Lightsaber and True Flying Cow on a bit of a spree here, forcing the runner to go swing all the way to the far side. Godless is in the center, gets taken out, was definitely a threat there. Silva and Sket also holding center, trying to create a lane for their runner. Shadow pressing forward, using himself as bait, trying to get 4 Guys 1 Ball to commit and to clump up a little bit. 4 Guys 1 Ball not biting though. Godless holding at the center, Sket on the left there. Silva coming in right now. They're holding steady. Here we are at 2-2 in this 5th round. Although it definitely could have been a couple goals by now, considering how close some of them have been. Shadow with the ball, holding it in his back corner. Directly beneath the announcer's box. And he's pushing forward. He's got Sket and Godless with him. 4 Guys 1 Ball look a little bit out of position, but they're able to reestablish it fairly quickly. Silva trying to tank him on that top of the key there, but gets taken out by Jedi Hunter. Shadow drops back, loops around to the far side. He's got Godless with him, and Sket is he kind of drops in behind him. Shadow coming near side, really trying to stretch the field as much as he can, spread out the runners. Splits the offense of 4 Guys 1 Ball to pass it back to himself. That's a pretty unique skill there. And now they're on the offensive. They're tanking up. They've got a nice strong line up this side. They're moving forward like a freight train. And Shadow sees the goal. He's got one more Jedi Hunter right behind him, and he gets it. And he sneaks right in there. Just right on the edge of that scoring plate. So that is now 3 points. That is our 5th round. 3 points to Easy as Pie. 2 points to 4 Guys, 1 Ball.
Grifball.
All right.
Too bad there are no timeouts in Grifball.
Yeah, I would have called one by now.
Score goal.
Round 6. Easy as Pie comes away with the tip-off. Major Silva on the attack. Sket had the ball, passed it back to, looks like Shadow's going to go and pick it up. Shadow with the ball now. Going to the far side, being chased down by Lightsaber. Gets away, has a nice, good timing of respawn by his tank. He's got all 3 tanks with him, pushing up on that far side. They've got some really good spacing going on. Looks like one of 4 Guys, 1 Ball gets through. Runner's forced to move forward. He's in a bit of a bind here. He's got literally surrounded. Passes the ball back. Doesn't go very far. That's all right. He's still in possession. Passes it to Major Silva now, who has the ball. Silva holding, while Godless, Sket, and Shadow tank. Yeah, we are still at it. If you are just joining us, we are about an hour and 15 minutes into Game 3 of this GGL Championship matchup. Easy as Pie on a push now. They see the goal, but they've got... He goes for the wall hop. Jedi Hunter is the last man standing and is able to force the runner all the way back. Sket gets the revenge kill, but Easy as Pie is going to have to regroup. So then the winner of this match will go on and, well, they will be the very first Halo 4 Grifball champions, league champions. So, it's quite exciting. It is winner take all. It is sudden death. We have 9 rounds, so it is the first team to 5. Right now, Easy as Pie has 3, and 4 Guys, 1 Ball has 2. In the first game in the series, 4 Guys, 1 Ball won 5-4. The second game in the series, Easy as Pie won 6-3. And those 2 games took place last Thursday. So we've had a week between games. And this is the 3rd game. This is the tiebreaker. And it is for all the marbles. So 4 Guys, 1 Ball on defense. Holding steady here. Keeping Easy as Pie contained at about the halfway point. Shadow, again, doing his best to stretch the field as much as possible to keep the tanks shifting from one side to the other. Causes some confusion. Can be difficult to manage. 4 Guys, 1 Ball now pushing Easy as Pie into their back corner here. Easy as Pie creating a nice little tanking line there. Again, they've got fantastic spacing, and when it comes to their tanking lineup, they're forced to drop back. 4 Guys, 1 Ball, being very aggressive on this tanking, which is nice to see. Definitely trying to force a turnover and make something happen. All 4 tanks are forward. Runner is shifting back and forth, trying to maybe find a way to sneak around. Nice job by Godless cleaning up, allowing his runner some time to breathe. Nice attack here by Lightsaber. Gets taken out by Major Silva. I think that was Jedi Hunter. Traded with Silva. Epic lunge and fantastic stiff arm by Shadow. He's had several very, very clutch stiff arms so far this evening. True Flying Cow get the little hammer launch in there, and they are 2 right on top of the runner. They kill him, but not before he's able to pitch the ball to the far side of the court. Looks like Easy as Pie is going to be able to retrieve it. Jedi Hunter holding on center, keeping them from advancing while the rest of his tanks catch up. So Shadow, once again, has the ball. Holding it about mid-court here. Silva and Godless doing a good job of tanking forward. Shadow definitely kind of eyeing that plant. He keeps pressing in and just adding that tension, that pressure, trying to get the guys to screw up. Hopefully he went for a wall up, either aborted it or didn't quite make it up onto the ledge and had to back out. Lightsaber now in pursuit. Shadow gets another very clutch stiff arm.
Sket's still back there.
Oh, is he? Oh,
yeah. Shadow didn't. I expected him to stick around as long as Sket was there to, provide cover, but he hightailed it out of there as soon as Silva died, and and left Sket behind enemy lines.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to be careful with that. You can't leave no man behind. You really, really can't.
Yeah, I guess Shadow was more confident in Easy as Pie's ability to win the game if they were to maintain possession than he was confident in Sket's tanking.
Mm-hmm. Ball gets put up, and 4 guys, 1 ball are able to snag it, drop back behind their own defensive tanking line there. Sket threatening. But gets taken out by True Flying Cow. Nice stiff arm there by Crusader. I'm sorry, Jedi Hunter. I'm not used to seeing anybody Crusader with the ball for 4 guys, 1 ball.
Probably the first non-Crusader stiff arm all game.
Well, for 4 guys, 1 ball, yeah, probably. 4 guys, 1 ball in their own far corner. Looking to maybe get out, do a nice little push. They are down by 1 point, but we're not quite at 7th yet. Oh! Silva gets a little launch there by, I think it was True Flying Cow, but Jedi Hunter was able to clean up. Sket just being a pain in the butt there, right on the key, right at the top of the goal, making it so it's really hard to transition from one side to the other. Defense eventually clears him out, and Crusader returns Shadow's stiff arm gladly. Crusader with the ball, far side. He's got 1 tank forward. He's also 2 tanks forward. They're definitely on a push now. 3rd tank is coming in. Jedi Hunter on this oblique angle here, trying to take control of the center. Another stiff arm for Crusader as he drops back. Gets in behind his tanks. True Flying Cow trying to make a nice path here on the near side. But Sket puts an end to that. So it's Crusader v Sket right now. Crusader checks the ball away. And Sket continues to plague 4 guys, 1 ball at the top of the goal there, just lurking. Now Crusader is going to just make a run for it. He's got Jedi Hunter with him, and with Sket kind of behind, the 4 guys, 1 ball, or sorry, Easy's probably was at a brief disadvantage there. It doesn't look like 4 guys, 1 ball were able to necessarily capitalize on it.
Oh!
Had someone on the plant.
True Flying Cow was on the plant.
Yeah. And just a second too late. So some exciting action here in this 6th round. I think that's maybe one of the first passes we've seen in about an hour. But the teams are doing a great job passing it back and forth, keeping the field spread out. Nice cross there. Sket grabs it and then passes it back to, I believe that's Shadow. Yeah. 4 guys, 1 ball. Rejects them, sends them back over the halfway line. Doing a good job of putting pressure on the runner. They're having a little bit of a difficulty getting past his tanks, but they definitely are applying enough pressure to keep him contained in this back area of the court. Easy as Pie making their way up this near side. Runner by himself. Crusader gets an epic lunge there. Just kind of took advantage of Shadow's a little bit of overconfidence, or a little bit of overcommitment, rather, and forced the turnover, but they weren't able to maintain it, and Easy as Pie are able to retain possession. Lightsaber, right there at the top of the key. Again, another very traditional-looking tanking lineup here from Easy as Pie. They've got all 3 forward, very good spacing, protecting the runner. Runner's got his back to the wall, so no one can sneak in on that flank. 4 guys, 1 ball does a good job of repelling them and forces them back into their own defensive half.
You know, I'm starting to rethink my earlier comment about giving Shadow the ball. I mean, I think Easy as Pie might be playing the long game here. I mean, after all, they're more familiar with it than anybody that there's no time limit in Grifball.
What do you mean? I mean, I think 4 guys, 1 ball are pretty familiar with long games.
Well, I mean, especially going back to Halo 3 days and all that. I mean, folks on Easy as Pie have seen many, many very long games, and they're familiar with the idea that they don't have to pound it in very quickly. They can take their dear sweet time.
There was a nice double there by Godless. Didn't result in anything, but it definitely looked promising. Shadow, though, saw something he didn't like and retreated to the halfway lane. Easy as Pie still in possession in their defensive quarter here. Sket has a nice little tanking line going on. I think he's got at least a double going on. Shadow goes in, goes for the stiff arm, just dives right in front of his tanks, and now he's hurt and has to run away from True Flying Cow, who was just a hair away from smacking him. 4 guys, 1 ball again, right on the attack here. Crusader threatening. trying to fend off Silva while he goes after the runner. True Flying Cow and Lightsaber coming in to help as well. Now it really is Silva versus Four Guys Mall. Crusader gets the stab and just beelines it out of there.
Nobody can kill a runner like a runner.
Exactly. And yeah, so they are now on the attacking end. They've got 2 tanks forward with them. And he's got his back up against the wall, which I don't know. I find comforting knowing that no one can get me from behind. Goes for the stiff arm against Scott. I don't know. Was that a stiff arm or was that an attempted pass?
Yep.
Okay. Not quite sure how Godless knocked it down, but he did. Easy as pie. Back to his possession. True Flying Cow trying to make something happen here, but doesn't quite make it. Lightsaber threatening, dancing with Sket quite a bit, and Silva gets the kill on Silva, splits the defense, and is going to get picked off by Sket there as he tries to round the corner on Shadow. So the first couple rounds they kept with Godless, but they've switched it up to Shadow, and it seems they've been keeping that lineup. I guess they either like Shadow as a runner better, or they prefer Godless on the court. Either way, it's kind of nice to have the flexibility of a team to just, hey, let's just switch runners 3 times, and it's like having a pitcher's lineup. Jedi Hunter with a nice double there forces the runner to cross his pad. Jedi Hunter still threatening, gets a nice kill. It goes right after the runner, almost gets him. Forces the runner to pass it though. No one's quite there, but Easy as Pie is going to be able to grab it.
That was a nice play by Crusader. He didn't kill anybody. But Shadow, when he was crossing across the court, he was trying to move up the field, but Crusader was right there to discourage him and encourage him to pass it across the pad.
Ball now on the 4 guys, 1 ball side of the court. Crusader's going to pick it up. Nice job by Godless there. Gets the lunge on Crusader, and the ball just rolls right to, I think it was Silva's feet. Oh no, I think it was actually Shadow's feet. But he got taken out before he could even pick it up. So 4 guys, 1 ball, maintaining possession. Getting a little stiff arm happy, and they throw it, but the ball takes a bad bounce there. But it looks like it might turn out okay for them.
Yeah, it really moved Easy as Pie down the field, and they all panicked, ran back, or died, had to respawn, and now it looks much better for 4 guys, 1 ball from this point of view.
And it's definitely a hard-fought match. There's nothing else you can really say about it. These 2 teams are just... Oh, betrayal, that hurt.
Yeah.
These 2 teams are just fighting their little hearts out, and...
It's the first time in the game Crusader's not running.
Oh, who do we have on the ball?
Lightsaber has the ball. I think he's just hanging on to it because they haven't had a chance to give it to Crusader yet.
Now True Flying Cow has the ball. All sorts of confusion going on here. I guess maybe they heard about Easy as Pie switching it up so much. And they wanted to give it a try. Or maybe Crusader wanted more than 200 points this game. Who knows?
Maybe.
But True Flying Cow with the ball is up against Shadow. And gets the stiff arm there. Crusader with a nice assist as well. With Crusader running so much, it's amazing that he still remembers how to
use his hammer. Which end do I use?
Yeah. I do believe it's True Flying Cow still with the ball on his pad. Nope, pass it back up. Okay, Crusader. All is right with the world again. Crusader has the ball, under pressure by Silva. Drop back. It's the stiff arm. Was supported by True Flying Cow, just in case. Shadow takes out True Flying Cow, and then Jedi Hunter reciprocates, followed by Sket, who trades with Lightsaber. So just an entire little choo-choo train of... Oh, then we got an assassination. Silva again with the assassination.
Going for style points.
I guess, because that's at least his 3rd, if not more, of the match. Jedi Hunter now trying to protect his runner. Does not. Shadow is right on Crusader's tail. Crusader has to pass the ball up, far out, and is able to retrieve it himself. Crosses back across the plant to the far side as his tanks respawn. True Flying Cow gets a little bit of a betrayal there while taking out Shadow. An insurance swing, if you will. Nice kill by Jedi Hunter, creating a little bit of a pocket here for his runner to move up. And again, Easy as Pie doing a fantastic job of keeping 4 guys, 1 ball contained. They really haven't been able to move too far to the half line or even further beyond that. Kind of a dangerous situation. We've got Lightsaber doing a fantastic tanking job, but there's Silva right behind him. Wherever you don't expect Silva to be is where he is. So pass back again to Crusader. He's going to hold on to it. I guess True Flying Cow and Lightsaber decided they'd had enough. Crusader, as far as across this plate, was get right behind him. Clutch stop by his.
And then
tank
Shadow
there.
right in front of him.
Yeah, that was scary.
Yeah, as a runner, you don't know where to go in that case. You're on your planet. You have a sword guy behind you. You've got a hammer guy in front of you. What do? Crusader just held on and prayed that his teammates would help him out.
Up. You go up.
Yeah, you go up.
You go into the third dimension. If left and right are not an option.
Yeah, Easy as Pie is doing a great job keeping 4 guys, 1 ball pinned back. 4 guys, 1 ball seemed to be leading the tanking battle earlier in the game, but right now Easy as Pie just has their number.
It seems kind of almost a stalemate here. It's, the first 2 goals were so fast, and I think we're definitely paying for that now.
Mm-hmm.
Sket on the offensive here, doing a very good job of herding Crusader to that far plant. But 4 guys, 1 ball retaliates and gets back out. Silva threatening now, but is eventually taken out. True Flying Cow trying to make a way down here to the center. Lightsaber on the near side. Crusader still with the ball, going a little bit far side. 3 tanks for Easy as Pie, or 4-2 now. And the runner's just kind of stuck on his pad. Godless threatening. And Crusader somehow gets away and is able to pass the ball back across the court out of danger to True Flying Cow. Cow's going to make a run forward. He's got Silva right behind him. Cow jumps, pitches the ball right into the hands of Jedi Hunter, who I think was kind of looking back at the touchline trying to see if Crusader was going to spawn.
Crusader's an Easy as Pie spawn instead.
It's easy to get confused. After this long, about an hour and a half, yeah, it's going to get confusing. So thank you to everybody in the chat box who has been sticking around for this really exciting match. It's a long match, but we think we all kind of knew that going in. I think if it was less than an hour and a half, we would have been disappointed. And by disappointed, I didn't
mean relieved?
Yeah. Mom's Taco said earlier that Silva had asked him about neutral hosting, and Mom's Taco said, no, I don't want to sit in a box for 2 hours.
I thought Taco would be used to that.
Why is this? No, Mom's Taco.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it, 'cause he's a taco. He sits in a box. I got it. I get things. 4 guys on ball right now on the offensive. Runner's gonna... I don't know what he's gonna do. He's gonna die. He's gonna die and leave the ball right there on the plant. And again, that's one of those... An hour ago, would he have made that same decision?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, fatigue can start to settle in. I know I'm definitely fatigued, and I think it's safe to say that the Hubcast will probably have to be postponed to another day.
Probably.
Because I can't imagine that we're going to get done in the next 5 seconds. So Easy as Pie still leading the way, 3-2. Runner gets killed there on the far side. Crusader forces a turnover, kicks it back, and I'm pretty sure he's still alive.
Yeah, he didn't have to throw it back.
Takes out Shadow. He's created a lane, but has to go back to get Godless. Runner steps up and kills him. True Flying Cow. Lightsaber gets the secondary kill. A nice, strong tanking push here.
Crusader's still going.
Crusader's just going beast mode. He's right there. He's going to get it. Oh, he gets popped up.
Throw it back.
He gets rejected.
There we go.
Oh my gosh. I don't think you can get much closer than that. That's like 2 or 3 times this game so far. The 4 guys, 1 ball has been right there. Just right there. And, I mean, congratulations to Easy as Pie. That was fantastic defense. That was amazing. If you can't kill the runner, pop him up. Nice pass by 4 guys, 1 ball. Shifting sides there. But that tanking push was pretty fantastic. And when you can't score on those kinds of pushes, it's really tough to stay motivated and to stay focused, especially after an hour and 32 minutes. No, that's not the official game time, but that's our best estimate. Runner is all alone. Oh, yep, all alone. Taking out to the far side there. Cut center. Gives the ball up and then goes on a bit of a tanking spree. Lightsaber passes it back to Crusader. They've got 3 tanks on this near side trying to push forward. Easy as Pie meets them full force. Crusader is skipping right underneath us there. 1 tank with him. Shadow threatening, but gets taken out. And still got one. Oh, only 1 tank left. 2 tanks. I can't tell. I think it's getting doubled in the reflection. Regardless, Crusader still has control of the bomb. 4 guys, 1 ball. Trying their best to push forward, but Easiest Pie just rejects them straight out. And Silva forces Crusader to run all the way back to his plan. In a bit of trouble here, gets a clutch stiff arm.
Double kill.
Crusader shifting around. He's got his little triumvirate going, now down to a duo. True Flying Cow takes Godless out of the air. Working very closely together here as they make their way down this near side, trying to... Oh, God! Yeah, Godless. Got the lunge there. And just a missed stiff arm by Crusader. Passes the ball off to Shadow, and Easiest Pie now have possession. Shadow with possession on the far side. Staggering himself a little bit, allowing his tanks to get on a bit of an offensive spree. Looks like Silva's got started to make a way there, got taken out by Lightsaber. Godless comes in to defend his runner, picks up a trailer there, turns around, goes for the next, gets that one. Is up against another defender, and again holding steady there at the halfway court, trying to make sure that all 3 tanks get there and are ready to push forward. Crusader swings his way into the fray. True Flying Cow as well. They're really shutting down the runner. They almost didn't even go for him. They strongly anticipated that pass. And it looks like Silva wasn't moving for a second. I think we might have a pause. Yep, Silva's not moving. I think Silva took a knee. Wait, he's sort of moving. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't think 4 guys, 1 ball knows what's quite happening. Jedi Hunter got a little trigger happy there. So I think he saw Silva move and thought it was okay. So not quite sure what's going on, but we've just got a quick pause. How can we take a look and see if it's a controller or maybe a connection issue?
Oh. Yeah, Silva appears to still be in the game, so hopefully he'll be back in a second.
I mean, again, it could be a dead controller. We've been going for about an hour 20, hour 30, so it's not surprising if it is a controller, but we're going to check in with them, and we'll hopefully be starting very soon.
Looks like Silva's back right now. I think they're going to be resuming play in just a second. All right, here we go. The game is back underway. Silva's back, and 4 guys, 1 ball is back in action. And again, this is something that happens sometimes in Grifball games where a controller might die, or someone might lag out, or someone might fall into black screen. And if something like that happens, if you notice your teammate is not moving, or if you notice the other team is down a player, it's always kind to take a knee and talk it out with the other captain. Some of these more experienced players don't even actually have to verbally communicate. They've gotten so used to these situations where they're able to communicate just by their actions on the court. Generally, taking a knee means pause the game. Backing up to your own wall means that you're getting ready to restart it. And swinging your hammer usually means, okay, game is back on. The other alternative is if the possession of the ball is in dispute, is to throw the ball out and wait for it to reset, and once it resets, that's when play will resume.
So now that we have everything back underway here, Easy as Pie have possession in their back half here.
Now, Shadow's running again.
I would be very curious to ask them, what was the impetus behind that decision?
If I had to guess, I would say it was the early turnovers by Godless, and that was making the team nervous. Confident that 4 guys, 1 ball hangs onto the ball for such a long time when they have possession that if Easy as Pie didn't do an equally good job maintaining possession, they weren't going to win.
I'll be interested to see time of possession here. Oh, forced turnover. Crusader, again, just sniping the Easy as Pie runner out of the air. Goes in, gets the stiff arm against Silva. Looks a little rushed, a little reckless for him. He's got Sket right behind him. I don't really know how he's still alive, but
So got 2 tanks.
He's got tanks coming in, but Easy as Pie is pushing him, and he just couldn't make it, and it ends up the ball gets turned right back over to Easy as Pie. Oh, what a heartbreak for 4 guys, 1 ball, and fantastic defense by Easy as Pie. It's right back on it, though. There are 2 4 guys, 1 ball right there. Lightsaber threatening. Shadow doing his best to bare his teeth and protect the ball as best he can.
That was an interesting little tactic. That instead of throwing the ball across the court, Shadow just threw it in the corner behind him, whipped out his hammer, and said, "Come get me."
Yep. Bring it on. Shadow with possession for Easy as Pie, hanging pretty far back from his tank. 4 guys, 1 ball crashing in.
I don't know what it's been, but in the last 15 minutes, 4 guys, 1 ball has really turned it on with tanking. They've been overpowering Easy as Pie for the last 10, 15 minutes of this game.
Well, maybe it just takes them an hour and a half to warm up.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Which is why all their games go for so long. Easy as Pie on a bit of a push here now. Shadow dives right there and I guess helps his runner out. Silva's on the pad. Lightsaber takes care of him though. Shadow maintaining possession on the far side. Sket holding. 4 guys, 1 ball, just attacking, like just full out assault. I mean, I think they probably want to go to bed sometime today. So if they can survive Pie Day, they might. A nice stiff arm, forced turnover and stiff arm. I think he tried to, but he just couldn't get away from Sket. Sket's instantly under pressure. The ball's just flung to the far side. It looks like I don't know who's going to get there first. Jedi Hunter's right on the attack. But it looks like Easy as Pie is able to get it. Although they are definitely pinned back in that corner there. Good job by Major Silva and Godless for protecting their runner, who I believe is Shadow. 3 4 guys 1 ball committed to that center there. You could see Shadow really thinking about it, weighing his options, whether he wanted that one-on-one situation. Decides to drop back, wait for his tanks. All the way back in his spawn now. Shifting to the far side. Shifting back to the near side. Lightsaber doing some nice work there against Silva. Sket now in the lead tank position and is being followed up by Godless. Sket still lead tank, now joined by Silva with Shadow as runner on the far side. Godless goes and splits the middle. High pressure here from Lightsaber on the runner. Looks like Sket went for the bonk, missed. Lightsaber gets the ball. I can't see. The ball reset. Magic. That happens sometimes. For some reason, we don't really know why. The ball, when on the ground, will just automatically reset.
Act of God.
Well, I guess.
God was favoring Crusader and not Godless.
I'll go figure why. One of his chosen few. So 4 guys, 1 ball with the possession now. Crusader running for them. as he has been doing for the last about hour and a half. Swings out to the far side, has 2 tanks with him, has Easy as Pie press in. Shadow there, looking like he's going to make a lunge, but it gets taken out by the defense. Crusader's free to, I guess, do a little dance around his plant before moving on out. Crosses back the other way and comes back this way. Just yeah.
Yeah, we're at about an hour and 40 minutes right now. We're about the same length. This is how long Game 1 took in this series. And right now the score is only 3-2 in favor of Easy as Pie. I don't think we have seen a game yet where one player would have an hour of carry time. But we might see that tonight if Crusader is going to top an hour.
We're going to keep on going as long as it takes.
We'll get there. We will end our winter season if it kills us.
It might. It absolutely might. So Crusader drops back into his own spawn. Godless and Silva are holding center. Now Shadow and Sket come in as well. Runner's staying on that far side, keeping his back up against a wall. Sket gets a nice kill, pushes it on the runner. Has to drop back to focus on Lightsaber. Kills Lightsaber, and now it gets a second kill there, just being a one-man wrecking crew on that far side. Runner now is able to push past the halfway mark, yay! And unfortunately all of his tanks...
And there he goes back.
And now he's back. Back and forth. It's kind of like Pong. Really violent Pong. That lasts like 5 times as long. So Crusader gets a nice stiff arm there on, I think that was Major Silva. But still being being contained in his back 30 here. So if you're just joining us, I can't imagine, but if you are, this is our Game 3. Game 1 and Game 2 were played earlier, actually last Thursday. This is Game 3, which decides, well, everything. Whoever wins this game will go on to win the GGL Championship and be crowned as the first Halo 4 champions, unless this game goes so long that the HLA season finishes and then before this game ends.
Yeah, our spring season is scheduled to start on Monday, so they go to be champions for all of 3 days before they have to defend their title.
Yep. There's just no other words for it. Yep. So Crusader has the ball still, and he's on this near side. All of Easy as Pie is on their half, but Jedi Hunter does a pretty good job clearing him out. Just kind of whiffs by Sket. Not sure what that's about, but True Flying Cow now doing some lead tank work. Crusader looks like we might approach the halfway mark. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh, clutch betrayal by Lightsaber.
You know, it's not 4 guys, 1 ball without betrayals. You know,
That's true.
It just wouldn't be them. It's not their style. So see some open space here in that top right corner. Crusader kind of goes for it and then drops back, and Shadow threatens. Jedi Hunter takes him out, but he in turn is taken out by Godless. And Runner is forced to drop back in behind his own spawn there. Very alone and very much being chased by Silva. Silva forces the turnover. Ball kind of rattles around dangerously in the 4 guys, 1 ball spawn area. True Flying Cow is able to get it, passes it back to Crusader, but Sket's right there.
Sket got it.
Like, it was a looming Sket. There was like Jaws music playing in my head. Sket has it and passes it back to, I'm gonna guess that's Shadow. Yeah. So Shadow now with the ball, holding in his own third here. These 3 tanks are very gradually, slowly moving forward. A lot of dancing, a lot of maneuvering, and a lot of tactics going on here. And it might ultimately come down to the desire to win, because we've been going for quite a while. And I know I'm exhausted, and I'm not even playing. Shadow still with the ball in his own half here. Major Silva doing some nice defense work. 4 guys, 1 ball have all 4 tanks forward. Runner tried to, thought about, flirted with skirting around the edge. Ball's free right on the plant. 4 guys, 1 ball right there. Is he able to get it? No! No, he doesn't get it. Oh my God, his dying hammer swing kicked the ball back to the far side of the plant, and 4 guys, 1 ball are going to be able to retain possession. But I cannot believe that I'm sorry. I picked Easiest Pie, but 4 guys, 1 ball was robbed. Like, that was just, they were just robbed right there. There's no reason that should not have been a goal.
I think if you were to award half points, they would have hit 5 by now.
Yeah, it's just, oh my gosh. Godless forces a turnover here right on 4 guys, 1 ball's plant. He's got Silva and Shadow coming in as well. We know that he's a more aggressive runner, so don't really know what he'll do. But passes it back to, looks like Silva's going to pick it up. Crusader on the warpath finally gets taken out by Godless. Godless doing some really solid work at the half court line. And it looks like he's kept possession. Oh, no, they traded it back to Shadow. So we have on the far side here a little tango with, I'm going to guess, Crusader. I can't tell.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, of course it's Crusader. Who else would it be? Crusader goes in and gets the stiff arm on Scat and has to drop back as Silva is moving into his territory. Good job by Lightsaber taking lead point position. Jedi Hunter dropping back to help his runner. Lightsaber and Jedi Hunter working well in tandem there. Shadow dangerously threatening as forces Crusader to run across his own pad.
Could say he was shadowing Crusader.
No, it's too late for that. It's just too late. I'm sorry, Cal. No. Lightsaber again on lead tank duty. It's got a nice streak down that far side, but Crusader's in trouble and has to kick it back to himself. Classic Crusader there. Now he's pushing hard forward, trying to, whip his tanks up and, get them going. They've got a nice flow here. They're able to take out Silva and Godless and Shadow. No betrayals so far. I don't want to jinx them at all, but they've got a real nice groove going on. They've got some momentum. They can just get in there. Can he get it? Can he get it? He gets it! Oh my gosh.
That was a long round.
Dear God in heaven.
3-3.
Oh. And we're at about the 1 hour and 50-minute mark.
Yes, we're almost hit 2 hours for this game. Jedi Hunter now has 8,000 points.
Dear God. I'm sure somebody in the chat box can recite the longest. Oh, we have a Flowers. We have a Flowers. He goes and he
scores.
Oh my God. Wow. 4-3 for 4 guys, 1 ball.
Wow,
just like that.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Harkens back to the very first point of the series last week when 4 guys, 1 ball was able to get a very similar score right off the tip-off, a pro run.
I mean, I was just excited that round didn't last for 40 minutes. That's where my head's at right now. Looks like they tried to go for it again, but Easiest Pie was not biting this time.
Yeah, now Easiest Pie right now, if you could call a timeout in Grifball, now would be the time for Easiest Pie to do it. They can't get flustered. They have to stay calm. They have to stick with their game plan. Keep Shadow with the ball. Keep possession. Just calm down. That score was a fluke. They can come back and score 2 points and still win the series and win the championship.
Mm-hmm. That they just need to slow the pace down because 4 guys, 1 ball, I'm sure, is feeling not good, but better.
Yes.
Because they've come back from a 2-point deficit.
That's another thing. Is on the flip side, 4 guys, 1 ball has to stay vigilant. They can't let their guard down. Mm-hmm. Even though they have a 1-point cushion here, they can't let Easiest Pie score.
There's just no words. I don't think there's any words left for me to say. That was just, I mean, it was an amazing score to end that marathon round. And that Flowers on the following, it just goes to show that you never, ever know what's going to happen. One round might last an hour, and the next one can last 25 seconds. You just never know what you're going to get. You always have to be on guard. You always have to be ready. So Easiest Pie have possession in the 8th round. And it looks like Shadow is running for him. Oh no, I'm sorry, Sket. Sket has possession of the ball. Shadow and gets betrayed by Godless there. double kill. That was a very clutch double kill by Jedi Hunter. And he peels off to go after the bomb as one of his teammates go after Sket. Sket's forced to kick it out. A little willy-nilly, I guess. And now they're passing it back to the other side. Not exactly pinpoint passes, but it is keeping possession, so it's working for him so far. I believe Shadow is in possession for the ball now, for Easy as Pie. A little bit hectic in that last corner, but things are settling down again. Major Silva holding the center, trying to keep control like a center forward or a center midfielder might. Runner's forced to come near side, trying to get in behind his tanks and avoid 4 guys one ball, who were a heavy threat. 4 guys one ball now coming back about the halfway mark. Shadow staying near side, goes face to face with Crusader, and again with Silva right behind him just in case. Easy as Pie threatening now. Shadow gets a little more aggressive, gets one stiff arm, pulls ahead of his Sket, his tank, and is forced to drop back due to lightsaber. Sket comes all the way back and gets lightsaber. And once again, Easy as Pie is back in their own, and they're going to have to fight their way back out. So we have far side now. Shadow still in possession. Goes in and can't tell if he got the stiff arm or Sket did, but they crunched down on 4 guys one ball there. Jedi Hunter goes for the stiff arm, goes for the kill, but Crusader, all of them, they're all the same name now. Really.
One of the 4 guys.
One of the 4 guys gets a stiff arm to the face.
Boy, that was something else. For 4 guys one ball to get the score and then score the pro run right after.
Turn over. I'm sorry, Cal, continue.
No, now it's doubly exciting because every time 4 guys one ball gets the ball, where that could be the final possession of the game.
It could be it. It could be the winner.
I hope for their sake, for their emotional sanity, that Easy as Pie is staying calm and being the professionals we know they can be out there. I hope they're staying calm, sticking to their game plan, communicating well, knowing that they can still come back and win this.
Yeah, I don't think that's a doubt.
No, it's not like 4 guys one ball is up 4-0 here. I mean, they're only up 4-3. It's very easy for Easy as Pie to score 2 goals and still win this game.
No, I really doubt that the locker room chat right now for Easy as Pie is... I imagine it's very... we can still do this, but I don't think I'd want to hear what they have to say right now, because I know what I would be sounding like. So, even though it's positive, it might not be appropriate for the air.
When you play, it's talkative. If it starts going badly, you start swearing, and then if it goes really badly, you are silent.
Well, I mute myself because I don't want people knowing that I know those words. But 4 guys one ball still have possession. They're on this near side here. It definitely, I think they've kind of changed the pace a little bit. They've made it a little more frantic, a little more hectic for Easy as Pie. But Easy as Pie definitely a heavy threat now. They have 3 tanks in the spawn, one-on-one the runner. Crusader's able to get the stiff arm, but now he's being faced off with Godless. And instead of going for the stiff arm, he kicks it out to his awaiting teammate, who kicks it right back to him before he can even unchange from yellow. So I guess the ball knows where it belongs. Crusader now dropping back under some pressure. Swings around. I can't see through your head. Thank you. Swings around, and 4 guys involved doing a very good job of defending their plant to the point where even under pressure, the runner has a place to go. And again, 4 guys are Easy as Pie really respects Crusader. It's like they don't want to get too close to him. They don't, they're expecting the pass so much that they don't want to close on him and shut him down. Crusader now just...
Yeah, I didn't buy it either.
Just flirting with the goal, but Easy as Pie, they all drop back.
Yeah,
all of them just right around their
It
pad.
did its job. It expanded the field there for him, gave him a lot more room to move. But I did not believe for a second Crusader was going to try that.
No, not that he would charge into a group of 4. But, I mean, now they're on the attacking end of the court, and Lightsaber and Jedi Hunter are doing... Lightsaber's going berserk, absolutely berserk. And True Flying Cow is there. It isn't able to help too much. But Lightsaber just went on a tear there. They weren't able to capitalize on it, but it's definitely a booster for confidence when you can do those kinds of strings of kills together. Four Guys, One Ball now on the attack, trying to get out of their zone. It looks like, I don't know, defense did a great job of clearing everybody out. Lightsaber with a little bit of a love tap here to Jedi Hunter. But Runner is safe and sound in his little corner here, hovering around the mid-plant area. And just goes on a tear out by himself on that far side. Lightsaber now on defensive duty. Gets a single. And, engages with Sket, ties.
I get the feeling Crusader is all about patience right now. He wants to do this right. They only need one more point.
Yeah.
He can take as long as he needs.
Yeah. Turning it over now, I mean, it's never good to turn it over, but I think for Four Guys, One Ball, maintaining possession means that their fate is in their hands.
Yes, as long as they're holding on to the ball, they control the game.
Exactly. But on a little bit of a spot here, Crusader kicks it. I can't see where the ball went.
Sket's over there to grab it.
Oh, Sket gets it. Sket gets it. That didn't sound bad, did it?
No.
Okay. I didn't want to seem like I sounded disappointed, but it's very rare that you see Crusader make a mistake like that.
Yeah.
Very, very, very rare.
But a heads-up play of Four Guys, One Ball, that was really awesome. They had both Silva and Godless tracking down Crusader on one side, but Sket was in the opposite corner, waiting for the pass he knew was coming.
So you mean Easy as Pie? You said heads-up play by Four Guys, One Ball.
No, I'm sorry. Yes, heads-up play by Easy as Pie. That was a great move by Sket to be able to intercept the pass. As soon as Crusader threw it, and Godless was standing right in front of him, I thought, when are we going to see an interception from Easy as Pie? When are they going to jump up? When are they going to hold down X? When are they going to take one of Crusader's passes away from him? But instead, Sket was just waiting on the other side and calmly picked it up. So it's as if Four Guys, One Ball didn't even see him there.
All right, so Easy as Pie have possession. The runner is currently Shadow. And he's right behind... wait, hold on. Yeah, it should be Shadow. No, Silva. It's Silva who's running right now. Silva's really contained in his back corner. He wasn't able to get rid of the ball. Turnover right on the plant there. Crusader has it. He's got one tank with him who's staying high and tight, but Crusader's like, no.
That's conservative play.
Yeah, I'm going to drop back. I'm not taking any chances.
Yeah, you have Lightsaber in front of you. He's got 7,000 points. Who's the second best tank in the game. But instead, Crusader's like, I'm going to back up into my own half instead of relying on my one tank up there.
Yep, it's all about possession. He didn't even need to turn it over there, but he did.
Yeah, even here, Crusader didn't. All the Easy as Pie people were dead. The Four Guys, One Ball was able to pick them off, and instead Crusader still tossed it across the court just in case there was an Easy as Pie player who was, I don't know, not showing up on radar.
In case they had a fifth ringer coming somewhere.
Yeah. In case he was worried that I was going to swoop down and kill him.
There you go. So, kind of stuck in their back end here a little bit, but it looks like they have some room to run on that far side. Sket ends that almost immediately, though, allowing for Silva to go on the attack. And again, you can see the kind of space and deference they give Crusader. It's like they lock him down first. Now they're both on him. They get the assassination, but he's able to get the ball off. Wow. What a clutch pass and grab.
Yeah, it was a clutch catch, too. A True Flying Cow was able to grab it because you had both Godless and who was a Sket over there as well. That if he hadn't picked it up, it would have skidded into the corner and they would have been able to at least make a play for it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody on Four Guys One Ball just has their X button like super glued down.
Probably.
So I'm pretty sure that's how they make those passes because that's... And Jedi Hunter is over 9,000! Woo! We'll see if somebody breaks 10,000. I'm not sure I've ever seen that.
No, can the counter roll over to 5 digits?
It'll roll over back to 0. Crusader still at the ball for Four Guys One Ball, swinging around to the far side, trying to get in behind his tanks, looking for an avenue. Again, being very patient. At this point, all he needs is one. So Crusader passes it to the center. To the far side here, Lightsaber's going to pick it up, and it's in a bit of... He gets a stiff arm, but wow, a little bit of some chaos there for four guys, one ball. Lightsaber instantly passes it back off to Crusader, and it looks like they're going to try and make a way down this near side of the court. Oh, never mind. Crusader decides he wants to go to the other side. And Godless doing some nice tanking there up top. That's a double for him. True Flying Cow ends it. True Flying Cow also ends Silva. Jedi Hunter with a tie on this near side. And defensively doing a very good job. Four guys, one ball are just clearing away slowly but steadily, trying to get out of their own half here. Easiest Pie with some high pressure, especially Sket, who's just, well, he got into a fight with Lightsaber and lost, but Sket's been having a pretty fantastic game as well. I think everybody's been having a fantastic game.
It's hard not to have a fantastic game. These are the two best teams in the league.
Now, our unofficial counter just passed 2 hours. So, yeah. Not sure if this is the longest game in Grifball history, but it sure as hell feels like it.
This might be. I don't recall any Halo 3 games that passed the 2 hour mark.
Yeah, not that I'm aware of. And again, that's an unofficial counter, but...
I mean, there were some of those Pro League playoff games that got up to hour 30, hour 40, but this could be the longest Grifball game in history.
This makes me really glad that we didn't play it on last Thursday night, because it would have been like 3 or 4 a.m. before we finished. And I don't believe that time of night. Rocky says the longest Halo 3 game was an hour 50. So I'm pretty sure we've passed that.
Could have a new record.
Oh, epic stiff arm. Did not get the second stiff arm. Easiest Pie. Sket forces a turnover and instantly kicked it back to Silva. So we reset yet again. Easiest Pie is still alive.
Now, you can make the argument that this is even more draining than a game like soccer, right? Because soccer, they only run for 45 minutes before they take a break, and the game itself is only 90. These guys, on the other hand, have been going for an hour, for 120 minutes.
Well, they're not running.
What do you mean they're not running?
Physically.
Crusader's been running like crazy.
I know, by this point, Crusader would have run like a marathon, but... Physiologically, no. Mentally, yes. I'd agree with that.
Jedi Hunter with a clutch double kill there.
I think my voice is going. Crusader right there on the plant. Runners all on. Jedi Hunter goes for the kill. Does not get it. Major Silva running right now for Easiest Pie. I guess Shadow needed a break.
Yeah. Wanted to give his hammer a try.
Easiest Pie definitely on a strong attack here. They've got several tanks forward. Favoring that far wall. People in the chat box are dissing soccer. I'm going to ban them all. So, Silva now still running. He's crossing his pad again. Trying to get away from four guys, one ball, who are on a strong attack there. Just a lot of patience. I mean, that's really all you can say. And we've got a one-on-one situation here between Crusader and Silva.
No epic lunge there.
Nope. Silva was able to get the wall hop and bounce to safety. Now they're stuck in the corner here. I think that's epic sword lunge. Wow, some sword taking there by True Flying Cow. Crusader gets the lunge, but the ball is not there.
Passed away.
It went somewhere else. Sket's able to snag it out of the air as he moves down the court. Crusader again threatening. Crusader with that sword is absolutely terrifying. Looks like they give it... Who is it? Sket?
Sket's got the ball.
I'm just sharing with everybody, I guess. Ooh, betrayal there by Godless allows for this little lunge right here. Is he going to get... No! Shadow takes him out before he's able to capitalize on that. But
like the earlier rounds, I'm just waiting for Easiest Pie to bulldoze over them and move right down the court. I mean, they're going to be backed up against their walls where you blink and they're going to be down on four guys, one ball's end of the court. All I need to do is put together a nice string of tanking kills.
So, Easiest Pie still with possession. They're crossing midcourt. Major Silva now in the lead tank position. He's replaced by Godless. And he's got Shadow up top as well. Sket dropping way far back from his tanks. Just kind of jogging back and forth. He definitely has happy feet. He has more happy feet than Silva does, and definitely Shadow. Zigzagging all around. Looks like he's going for the stiff arm, but his tank took him out, but he got the second stiff arm, and his tanks rallied to his cause there.
That was some nice defensive tanking there by Easy as Pie, because you know Sket had no shields, he had no health in the corner there after Lightsaber got a hammer on him, but Easy as Pie, a lesser team would have accidentally killed their runner there. They were very well aware that their runner was weak, and they took appropriate action.
And again, we got some high pressure here, definitely a chance for Easy as Pie. Sket saw it, he really thought about it, and ended up having to pass it back and into the arms of Shadow. See if Shadow passes off. Yeah, Shadow passes it off to Sket, so I guess Sket is now the chosen one. That way, everybody on Easy as Pie has had a chance to run for a significant amount of time. A little bit of a hawk tie there by True Flying Cow. I guess cows can fly. Wait, his name's True Flying Cow. So anyway, Easy as Pie. Sket has the ball, near side. Hovering at about the halfway line. Holding steady here. Some pressure from Crusader going up against Shadow. Shadow takes him out. Lightsaber now against Shadow. Shadow also takes him out. So Shadow having... That's 3 in a row. Shadow on a bit of a tanking spree there. Finally gets taken out, but allows for his teammates to press forward to the half court. Shadow once again being a beast on the court. Taking out 2. We're going on 3. Nope. Only 2 that time. But still, he seems to be getting hot right about now, and that would be a really good time to go on a bit of a tanking spree. Nice defense by True Flying Cow. Now, Godless went on a bit of a tear there as well, but the runner is all the way back here at mid-court. Not sure if he was held up by a wayward tank or what exactly he was doing. Jedi Hunter now trying to pressure, gets taken out by Shadow. Shadow takes out, looks like... Lightsaber. Shadow doing just amazing work. He's up in the spawn here, doing some spawn killing, allowing the other tanks to catch up, even though he gets taken out. Still is the only one standing along with the runner. Gives True Flying Cow a bit of a launch, and Shadow, or rather Sket, is forced to... No, Shadow. Runner's forced to retreat. Sket. I'm so used to saying Shadow.
Yeah, that's all you need in a defensive situation like that. Even if they're in there tanking and causing havoc and 4 guys once ball spawn, the fact that True Flying Cow was able to get out of there and chase the runner down, that Sket doesn't want to turn the ball over, especially when all his tanks are committed on the other side of the field.
Exactly.
So even if they're in there spawn killing, he can't really advance if he's got a sword in his face.
Exactly. I mean, sometimes you just gotta delay, Red Rover, dog somebody. So Sket with the ball, running away from 4 guys, 1 ball into this near corner. He's got 2 tanks around him. Godless doing a fantastic job on that lead tank there, protecting his runner. Shadow as well, getting the rust off his hammer for running for so long. Easy as Pie on an offensive push here. Only Godless is left. Oh, no, there comes Shadow. Now Shadow's going left, joined by Silva. They just keep spawning.
Yeah, how about that?
So we talked about in the pregame show that in the last game, Shadow spent 20 minutes in respawn screen, just by the amount of deaths, and that obviously is going to be outdone here, considering this game is definitely longer. Pretty sure, about 99% sure that it's over 2 hours officially now, and we'll likely have a new record for games. We've got a nice push here by Easy as Pie. They're pushing forward. They've got Shadow's on a bit of a tear. He just crossed the plant, he'd open it up, and Easy as Pie scores! Fantastic push by Shadow. He just got 3 or 4 right in a row. Runner was with him the whole way, and we have a sudden death event. It is 4-4. It all comes down to 1 goal. This entire 2 hours of hammers and swords.
How about 4 months?
Okay, fine. 4 months of Grifball come down to 1 goal. To just 1 goal. And this is absolutely amazing. So here we are, the final round. Whoever scores this next point will be the very first Halo 4 Grifball champions. And it is Easy as Pie who win the tip-off. It is, it is anybody's game to win, anybody's game to lose. It's actually terrible that I feel bad that a team has to lose. Like, why can't we just call it a draw and we'll call them
At this
both our
point,
winners?
we end the game.
Yes, because I've never lost a 2-hour game, probably because I've never had one. But I can't imagine how just exhausted these guys are. I mean, they've been playing such an amazing match for such a long time. And you got to kind of wonder, where's the anxiety level at? Where's the anticipation, the excitement, the desperation level at right now? Crusader goes for the lunge and is stiff-armed by who is easiest by have running? By Sket. So I guess they figured he was good luck last round, so they might as well stick with him this round. Silva doing some nice tanking up there. 4 guys, 1 ball. True Flying Cal in particular, on a streak down the center there, gets taken out by Silva. Crusader, threatening, going up against Godless, doing some nice dancing there, takes out a secondary tank, opens up a nice avenue, completely cuts off the runner from his tanks. Jedi Hunter goes after the tanks, instead trying to make it so they can't pass, but Easiest Pie is able to rally around their runner in that back corner there. Lightsaber, all of Easiest Pie is forward, all 4 at the halfway mark, definitely pressing forward. Very dangerous situation for Easiest Pie, but they're able to come out of it. They're coming along the side here, maybe looking for an avenue to really push 4 guys, 1 ball back into their own spawn using the runner as bait. So here we are, final round, ultimate round of Ultimate Destiny. It all comes down to this. It's been a very exciting match to watch, even the rounds that were about 30 or 40 minutes long. And even the ones that weren't. I mean, you figure we've had 3 rounds where it was maybe a couple minutes, if that. So the bulk of these rounds have been extensive, 20, 30-minute rounds. Easiest Pie shifting to the near side. Sket still running. 4 guys, 1 ball continuing to throw their bodies at that tanking line, trying to slip through a crack or break through and nip in behind. Got to do something.
Yeah, they're really keeping the pressure on Easiest Pie right now. They're tanking much better this round than they were last round.
Mm-hmm. I think they've got a bit of spring in their step there. A nice stiff arm there by Sket. Still not out of trouble yet. Ball's turned over, but it's free. Looks like Shadow's going to be able to pick it up for Easiest Pie. So, and I think he passed it back to Sket. Yep. So Sket now running for Easiest Pie. Holding about midline of the court, now coming near to the announcer's box. He's got 2 tanks with him and 1 on his flank. So again, they're trying to do that very methodical, steady tank forward. But it looks like Crusader slipped through the cracks, and Silva had to take him out before he lunged on Sket. 4 guys, 1 ball, a little crowded there, allowing Godless to get a double. And again, we have a nice slow double by True Flying Cal right back at him. So it is. I feel dirty saying tit for tat. I hate that saying, but I don't know what else. Cal, is there another turn? You're not helping me, are you? Sad face. So we're still running. Sket still has the ball. This is still 4 guys, 1 ball versus Easiest Pie. For your GGL Halo 4 Championship Grifball team of the century.
Greatest game ever played.
The longest, yeah, without a doubt, the longest game ever played. Our unofficial timer is at about 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Easiest Pie in a bit of a run here.
Could this be it? Could this be the final push? It looks like it will be.
Oh, look at that.
My gosh. Easiest Pie is your Winter League 2013 GGL Halo 4 Grifball champions. Unofficial time is 2 hours and 15 minutes. Wow, what a game. I cannot even imagine. We're going to go through the stats here for you guys, and this is going to be insane. So,
2 hours and 9 minutes.
2 hours and 9 minutes is the official time. It is now the longest game ever in Grifball history, which I guess is fitting because this was the largest league in Grifball history. So, and apparently, yes, the counter can roll over to 10,000 because Jedi Hunter had 10,365 points, Lightsaber had 7,820, True Flying Cow had 6,885, and Crusader had 4,325. Not to be outdone, Godless ended up with 9,170 points, Silva was at 8,505, Sket was at 7,460, and Shadow was at 6,235. Oh my lord. Okay, so time carried is I'm gonna need a calculator for this. Shadow had 40 minutes, Sket had 12, Silva had 8, and Filthy Phonics, Godless had 5, for a total of about an hour and 5 minutes. Crusader had 46 minutes, so wow, Shadow carried almost as long as Crusader did. Crusader had 4 minutes, True Flying Cow had 2, Crusader had 1, Lightsaber had 1, and Jedi Hunter didn't even have a minute, so Crusader definitely doing the bulk. Easiest Pie actually winning the possession battle in this case. So Carrier kills the amount of times they were able to kill the bomb carrier. Godless had 11, definitely leading his team there. Silva had 6, Sket had 3, Shadow had 2. For 4 Guys, 1 Ball, Jedi Hunter had 3, Saber had 5, True Flying Cow had 4, and Crusader had 17. Or 17 turnovers. That's amazing. Just as amazing are the ball kills, so the amount of times you punch somebody in the face. Godless had 10, Silva had 5, Sket had 7, Shadow had 30. Jesus Christ. Jedi Hunter had 3, Saber had 1, True Flying Cow had 2, and Crusader had 28. So insane amount of stiff arms for the runners. KD spread? Wow. Oh my god, wow. So Godless was plus 73, Silva was plus 24, Sket was plus 85, Shadow was negative 78, Jedi Hunter was positive 26, Lightsaber was negative 13, True Flying Cow was negative 207, and Crusader was negative 52.
Negative 207.
Wow.
I can't believe negative 207. Actually, you know what I can't believe? 4 Guys, 1 Ball was up by 2 points. They almost won the championship, despite going a collective negative 270 in the championship game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sket may have gone plus 85, but it's not like you would assume, not like in the Halo 3 days, where someone going plus 85 on host, you would assume someone who is tanking like that would be able to win a game in 5 minutes, not 2 hours.
Yeah. So this was a fantastic game. Very exciting to watch. Broke a shit ton of records tonight. I'm sure for medals, I'm sure for KD spread, I'm sure absolutely for time of possession. And that's absolutely amazing. And I can officially tell you that Grifball Hubcast will not be following this matchup. Thank you to everybody who came out and was in the chat box and supported these teams. I can't imagine. I mean, 2
Tex
hours.
is disappointed.
No,
Tex
no.
would like to roll into the Hubcast.
No, it is. We have to get up in the morning, Tex. So we'll be sure to reschedule the Hubcast. Hopefully we'll be able to do it tomorrow night so we can talk about this. This amazing match. Has been fantastic, and you know, thank you to Easy as Pie and 4 Guys 1 Ball for providing an amazing match to watch. And
heck, an amazing season.
It's amazing. Yeah, there's no other word. Amazing, awesome, filled with wonderment.
Yeah, so this started with the start of the season. 4 Guys 1 Ball went 19-1 during the regular season. That was pretty amazing. They faced Easy as Pie 4 times during the regular season. 4 Guys 1 Ball won 3 of the matchups. Easy as Pie stole 1 of them. The only U.S. team to defeat 4 Guys 1 Ball this entire season has been Easy as Pie, who ended up beating them 3 times. So once during the regular season, and then twice here in the playoffs. The Easy as Pie was able to come back from an early stumble in the GGL season where, you know, we remember the season opener and Wednesday Night Grifball, they dropped it to Hot Bikini Guys. They lost 2 games to the HBG right out of the gate. So Easy as Pie definitely had to find their footing in Halo 4 Grifball. They were able to come back. They beat Hot Bikini Guys once later in that season. Then they came back and beat them in a 3-game series in the playoffs. They were able to come back and beat 4 Guys 1 Ball in their second matchup during the regular season. And then in the finals here, first game was an hour and 38 minutes. The second game was 45 minutes. First game was 5-4. Second game was 6-3. And this last game was 2 hours and 9 minutes. And Easy as Pie was able to win after a 4-4 tie. After being down 4-3, score the last 2 goals and come back and win the championship.
And my heart goes out to Four Guys One Ball.
Yeah, that is a rough way to lose.
I hurt for them. Like, my heart just hurts for them for having such an amazing season. And I mean, I'm so excited to see what they're going to do next season. That starts in like 5 days, and it's a tough way to go out, absolutely. But they're definitely a fantastic team, and Easy as Pie. Congratulations to them. It was an amazing match. The KD spreads, the time. I can't even imagine playing for 2 hours, just straight like that, no breaks, nothing. Just, I mean, not even a bathroom break. I even had to get up and go to the bathroom during one of the timeouts there.
Godless held it.
Yeah, bucket.
Yeah, bucket. I bet there was a lot of bucket action this game.
So, all right, I think that does it for us. I know that definitely does it for me. I am done. Stick a fork in me. So, again, thank you so much to everybody who came out and supported these amazing teams and supported Wednesday Night Grifball. We are so excited to bring you some amazing matches next season. We've got a lot of fun stuff signed up or set up for next season's GGL, which the signups are still open. So if you have not yet signed up, you totally should. Signups close tomorrow, or what will be tomorrow in 8 minutes. So Friday, they close Friday. And yeah, that's it for us. And again, no Hubcast tonight. There's just no way. So we'll reconvene with the Hubcast crew at some later dates. And congratulations to Easy as Pie, your very first Halo 4 Grifball champions.